Yes, yes, yes. You are tuned in to episode 2 of the Broad Street Breakdown with me.
Yes.
With me, as always, is my co-defendant, OG Gavin.
Scene.
Lot of mercy. Professor Pablo in the building. What up, what up, what up?
Hello out there.
Mrs. X, what up? Sicko.
He's clapping
Sicko claps for himself.
Cousin Frank, what up, kid?
What's going on?
Yes.
Scott Stallone behind the boards.
Yo,
I'll
yo.
give him a golf clap for that.
Why not?
So yeah,
Where are we at tonight, gentlemen?
we're in South Philly again. I believe we told our listeners that in our first episode that we would return with the top 3 gangster rap albums. Since that show, I think we decided to go top 5 albums. Gavin then told me that he was not going to do this. He was going to be very difficult about this. What did you tell me exactly? I don't. Well, I remember the conversation.
The talent has demands, and my demands were that I need to do top 5 tracks as opposed to top 5 albums.
And your logic was that there's not an album that you like all the way through. Is that what you're telling me? There's no perfect gangster rap album.
Well, for me, it's very. It's similar to reggae for me. It's very track oriented as opposed to album oriented. I like, there might be one track I like from one dude who I don't know any other stuff he's ever done.
Right.
It's very similar in that way for me with reggae and old rap stuff, and it's very song oriented as opposed to a whole album.
Yeah, understood. I think, I mean, the reason I'm able to do it easier is because that's predominantly my thing, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So it was fun for me because I actually went back and listened to them too. You know what I mean? I don't know if you did.
I went through my iPod.
Pablo, did you listen to them or not?
Yeah, and it made me change a lot because I was like, oh, I thought this album was dope all the way through.
Yo,
It's not.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it 100. I did the same shit because we'll talk about the specific ones, but there were joints where I was like, yo, this isn't as quote. I'm gonna choose the air quotes. This isn't as gangster as I remember.
Right.
It's hard. This record's hard. The beats is hard, but I'm like, I really need to hear you talking about like slapping bitches and ultra violence and like ignorant. Where your mom's got to be offended by the records and songs we're talking about today.
Can't play in a mixed company.
Right. Yes. So go ahead.
No, I'm good. Am I going first?
No, I thought you were going to say something.
No,
you did this weird thing. It was
No, I was with you. In my mind, I was with you.
wow, fuck. We're off to a good start.
But you were very stressed out. I want the public to know that you were very stressed out about this.
I wasn't
This was
stressed.
the hardest list ever for me.
Why?
I started
Why?
to do albums, and I did the same thing. I was like, this is fucked except for 2 songs. And then I just bagged the whole thing and just started picking tracks.
Right.
Why? Can I ask why? Can you let the people know why it was so hard for you? Is it because it wasn't? Is it because it wasn't the music that you were knocking the most? Is it because as a punk rock dude, you just...
It was, for whatever reason, it was always very, go back to the mixtape thing that we were talking about last week. I would take, 1 or 2 songs off of an album and put it on a mixtape. So it would be 1 song from this record, 1 song from this record. And it was never a whole package for me, as opposed to, besides a couple of things, because besides a couple of records, for the most part, it was always very, there's 2 real strong songs on this, there's 3 on this, there's 1
I
on
understood.
this.
Cousin Frank, you said it was very hard for you to put this list together, right? It took you all week, you said?
I worked on it since last Thursday night when I left here.
Okay.
I was like up at 7 in the morning.
So I mean, look, so here's how I see it. To me, I had so many joints that I love that I have honorable mentions.
I have some honorable
I have
mentions
people
as well.
I also have people that I feel may have pioneered the gangster rap shit, but maybe never made an entire LP that could be considered gangster rap as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just to, I mean, you could say very easily say Cool G Rap is the father of the style, but I mean, it was just hardcore East Coast hip hop to me.
I had like a top 10 list before I even thought to think about Cool G's entire
Yeah, his
catalog, you know what I
discography.
mean?
Yeah, of course.
The wealth of material was my biggest problem.
All right. Basically, for me, I'm going to start it off. My top 4 could be interchangeable. My number 1 is my number 1. But I'm going to start with an album. They were called The Hard Boys. That's a mega Ayo pause in 2015. Someone came out called The Hard Boys. I don't know how we would feel about that. The record was called A-Town Hardheads. It was produced by a guy named Joel Peasvey, who I never heard of before. I never heard of after. So typically when that happens, is in hip hop, my guess is that these dudes in the group, there were 3 of them. They probably brought records that they grew up on, because there's James Brown loose on this record. There's Parliament loose.
What year is this?
91.
Okay.
The year before music law was invented.
Correct. It was on. I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was on Ichiban. A record and distributor based out of Atlanta. They put out a lot of gangster rap shit. MC Breed, who had ain't no future in your frontin', and had the joint with Pac, Gotta Get Mine. They put out a lot of independent stuff. They were selling a couple 100,000 units of every record back then, so they were making chavo. Some of the joint, they were from Atlanta, as I said. Armed Robbery, that song was incredible. It was about armed robbery. Street Motherfuckers, that song was about them being street motherfuckers. And Criminal Behavior was about criminal behavior. So that's my number 5. The record's mega hard. For y'all that haven't ever heard of it, it's relatively difficult to find. Even if you can, it'll probably be crazy expensive, but I'm sure you could find it to download. It's definitely available to listen to on YouTube. So that's how I'm starting it. The Hard Boys, A-Town Hardheads. What was that?
I'm not
OG?
hip to that at all.
It's
I don't know
like just
anything
ignorance
about
from front to back, hard record.
that.
Super hard.
You never hooked me up with that, right?
Well, no, I didn't, because I give you things and then 2 months later you said you didn't listen to them.
This is true.
Until you tell me that you've listened to the things I
I have 3 things I need to listen to.
That's the last 3 things I did.
I should get up to like 5, don't you think? Don't you feel
No,
right?
I sent Sicko the ignorant rap. I made y'all a whole thing of ignorant rap, and Sicko knows the whole gimmick.
I couldn't even open it. I got to get Jackie to open
I
it.
got the
The
whole
fucking. I don't know how to open the fucking thing.
Mine just did it.
I tried to open it and then it set my kitchen on fire. This is all fucked up.
I mean, I don't know what you are doing over there.
No, neither do I. I mean, no one's dumber, technologically speaking, than me, and this fucking guy
I
can't.
might be a shade dumber. I got it.
It's the
All right.
fucking Mac thing, man.
Yeah, that's the problem.
See?
It is the Mac, the
yeah.
PC, the Mac. I don't get none of that. I'm a PC dude.
Somebody told me it was the Mac thing.
The
That's
Mac
only
shit,
reason I know
Scott's a
it.
Mac dude, but all right,
Scott,
keeping
help
it
me open
moving.
these fucking files, man.
What is it?
I don't know.
If there, you send it or something like that. You get my shit.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to keep this moving, I suppose. We're gonna go over to Professor Pablo. Professor Pablo, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm lovely.
Are you? That's
I'm
good.
lovely.
It's good to see you, man.
Yes.
Make it tonight.
We're glad you
Yes.
were late tonight.
I was late.
What would you like to discuss your number? Do you have a top 5? Because Gavin's difficult. Are you going
Yeah,
on topic here?
Gavin, texted me earlier in the week saying the list is off, not doing a list, having a nervous breakdown, I quit.
That's
Wow.
not what
There was
I
all
said.
kinds of fucking
That's not what I fucking
turmoil
said.
going on.
That's not even what I said.
Yeah.
In my world.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not even what I
Yeah.
said. And
Can't we just do best children's shows is what the text I got. And I was like,
That's what the
dude, we're sticking with it. Gangster rap all day.
His material sucks so far.
Right,
That's
I
what I'm
agree.
saying.
All day.
He's got it written down in his fucking little gimmick, and he's fucking.
This is
doing
freestyle.
It. He's freestyle.
I'm getting ready.
This is the
I'm getting
thing.
ready to
As
run
I
that.
told you, he was being funny as shit, though, before we hit the button. He's a
Right.
joke.
Hey,
Now
hey.
it's
Yeah. So,
he was practicing in the car. Children's shows. Hey, make sure you hit up children's shows. Top 5 children's shows. Fuck yeah.
So my list is going to contradict myself, but first I just want to make a statement
all right.
that I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this category.
Why?
Why?
Why aren't you? You're not a fan of this music or this list?
Well,
It's too
I
specific.
don't
or-
dig negative message rap.
Such a fucking asshole. Shut the fuck up. It's not an 8. It's a fucking 2. You're such a jerk off.
Saying it out loud sounds corny.
Fuck.
But I'm from the days of PE, De La Soul. You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't like none of that.
And
I
all
like
this
Public
shit,
Enemy, but I don't like no goddamn.
It
De La
sounds good
Soul
in the
or any of that
ride. It
shit.
makes you feel good about yourself. But at the end of the day,
I don't even understand if he's being serious. Right? Are you working right now?
I'm dead serious.
You're shooting right
yeah,
now.
Yeah. But, like I said, it sounds dope. I even had to Google what the world thinks gangster rap is in this day and age. And I was like, oh, shit. That's considered gangster rap, but I like that album. So,
all right. I mean, I don't like none of what you're saying, but
that's what I'm saying.
All right,
but with that being said, I have 5 favorite gangster rap.
All right, so
You know
start
what I'm
out. Give us your number 5.
Number
man.
5, gonna keep it easy. ATL, Above the Law.
I love that record.
Okay.
Living Like
Murder Rap.
Hustlers.
Okay.
Murder Rap's on
Ballin'.
there, right?
Yeah,
Or no?
yeah.
Right?
I mean, I didn't listen to any other albums, so it's got to be that album.
Oh, yeah, that record's,
But-
yeah.
Google it.
Dre did some stuff on there, Ruthless
NWA at
Records.
the end. I mean, yeah, Ruthless Records, kind of like right when they were still hot, but they were kind of on the downside.
because Dre was thinking
Yeah.
about leaving, and it was
Yeah.
getting ugly with Jerry Heller.
But it was kind of like an old head rap. Like we're old head gangsters.
Them dudes is OG,
We're
man.
gonna like kind of do stuff, but someone else gonna do it for us. But you know that we run shit. You know what I'm saying?
no,
So-
they was OG and they was original Ruthless. That's a
but,
great pick.
yeah, that's just a fun record. I like it.
100% something that could have made mine.
Okay.
Sicko, do you have a number 5?
Number 5. I'm gonna start off by saying my list is pretty straightforward.
I'm glad I took it where I took it with mine
Yeah.
because I knew that you guys might have more traditional.
Like my stuff I'm probably gonna make so many people angry and make their heads explode. I'm not professing to be a hip hop expert or anything at all. I'm obviously familiar with the culture. My number 5 is the first Wu-Tang album.
Okay.
Classic album, front to back. You can go through many of the tracks by name and be like, yeah. And for me, the biggest thing, my criteria was very loose for a lot of it. With some of it, I went to 20-year, like. Not that the record has to have been around for 20 years, but the artist, you know.
Sure.
Wu-Tang, 93, it came out. Everything about it was perfect. It was bad. It was dirty. It was grimy.
What would you say to someone who says that's not gangster rap?
I mean, I don't know what else you would need for it to be gangster.
Oh no, I'm playing devil's advocate because
that would be my response.
that's
Like,
my
what-
job. But like, Pablo said he had looked up gangster rap, and I put the word in morbid curiosity because I do my writing in front of the computer when I write my rhymes. So as I was doing my list, I put it in, and I saw the first Wu-Tang record on several lists. I was personally shocked because it's never registered in my head as a gangster rap album,
Yeah.
but it clearly does to other people. So I'm happy with the pick based on the fact that I didn't expect to hear that,
Yeah.
even though I think it's a 5 mic classic.
It's street shit. Like lyrically, it's street shit.
Absolutely.
That's really all I need to call it.
I
gangster.
understand.
And musically, it's grimy and it's bad. And
Okay,
that's
I'm good with
all it
that.
took for me.
Cousin Frank, what you got over there, man?
Which
You're number
I got
5.
I got 5. You want my number 5?
Yes.
This is probably a surprise.
All right.
Probably unpredictable.
Okay.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Fucking-
Creeping
Whoa,
on the
whoa,
Come Up.
whoa.
I like that.
With the crossroads.
I like that. Is Creeping on the Come Up the EP? The first
It's
one?
the first one with
Does that have
Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
For the
Pablo,
Love
you
of
have a
Money
problem with
the
I
this?
don't like that album. I don't like them at all.
Okay.
I don't know what
Okay,
it
but you
is.
don't- do you-
I'm with P on that.
All right, but no, there was definitely gangster rap, and they created a whole style.
I like the
just-
video with Easy Up in the Clouds. That
Yeah,
shit was
right.
heavy.
But he,
Right. And they're all
That
in
was.
white.
I
Yeah.
think
That's
that
the
was,
second one.
That's the second one.
he
see,
was
I don't know
from
about
my memory, he was alive during the EP
Yeah, he was.
because he did the joint with them, and he's in the video.
He might still be alive.
Oh my god,
There's rumors that he faked his death. He might still be alive.
that's Pac, man, not easy,
Him
man.
and Elvis.
What about Tim Dog?
Tim Dog.
Tim Dog might be alive though.
That's what I'm saying.
The three, he could be.
Speaking of Easy E, I
Fuck, I wish I thought of Tim Dog.
See?
Fuck.
I will see with Tim Dog. It's like, is that gangster rap or we calling it New York street shit? That's what I
Yeah,
mean. It's
right,
like but let me say something real quick before I hit my number 4. Is that there's a newer, relatively new video of Kid Frost, you know, La Raza, saying, because he was on Ruthless at one point and was close with Easy, basically saying that Easy fucked his back up riding ATV. Is that what they're called? All-terrain? ATV, yeah. That he fucked his back up with that and got acupuncture, and that Suge Knight was responsible for tainting the needles in the acupuncture thing. For anyone saying I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, but I'm saying it's a fact that the video exists. Look it up. Kid Frost, Eazy-E. It's probably the first thing that comes up. He talks about how he knows that it happened and breaks down how Eazy had like symptoms of bronchitis or something, and within 2 weeks he's dead. And that's not how it works with AIDS. And why did no woman ever come forward? Because Eazy was fucking everything that moved. He never infected anybody. The whole thing seems strange, but look it up. Kid Frost talking about Eazy-E.
Is it convincing?
I mean, we can play a clip of it. We could do it in post. You know what I'm saying? We can watch it together, play it for the fans. I mean, if you're a liar, if you're a true liar, if you're a psychopath, you believe your own shit. So it's convincing as fuck to me, but I don't know the brother.
Right.
I don't know Frost. If you watch it, he's serious as cancer.
I like that song he did.
You know, La Raza's fucking. He's OG, triple OG. You know what I mean? So,
but like I was saying, that's the only song I know he did.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's very track.
I understand.
Me,
I understand,
you know?
but I think that a lot of that has to do with location too. We're East Coast dudes. It's the same with, like, when we talked in the last episode of me not loving all of Cali punk rock stuff. It's just because of where I was. And
right.
There's a sound that represents you, and you know what I mean.
Right.
Some of the beats on the gangster rap shit, I was like, man, these dudes are going hard, but I don't like this production. It's too much.
Yeah.
Too much of this P-Funk shit, which was never my choice, ever.
A lot that Wu-Tang stuff winds up probably not on that many gangster lists, just because at that time it was like West Coast equals gangster.
Exactly.
East Coast
exactly. That's right. That's why I like Sicko's pick, because if you think about it, if you think about the subject matter, Wu saying the same shit as those other dudes, but it was just RZA was digging in the crates. These dudes are rhyming over George Clinton breaks, so it's different.
No doubt.
For me, number 4, as I said, my 5, 4, 3, and 2 are
I didn't go.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he didn't go.
No, I'll tell you why I forgot, because you fucking couldn't even come up with albums for this podcast.
Save it for next week.
He's cutting you out already.
That's fun. My list is nowhere near as involved as everybody's has been thus far. Mine is very predictable, very whatever. But that I like what I like.
Nobody's mad at that. Man, why are you?
I'm just putting it out there.
I mean, are you
I don't have
insecure
a little bit.
All right.
I don't have the knowledge that some of the other people in this room have about such things. That being said, my number 5 song is Eazy-E, Boys in the Hood. That to me is sort of
Easy, R.I.P. A classic record, love it.
It's sort of, to me, it's definition what this genre is. Lyrically, musically, if you were to play a song to somebody who has no clue about any of that, that's one of the first songs I feel like you play.
Agreed. Right. Do you have a problem that he didn't write his own shit?
No.
Okay.
It's all the gimmick, you know.
No, I'm agreeing. Again, I feel sometimes it's my job to play devil's advocate.
Sure.
You know, I'm saying what I think a kid out there might not. I don't give a shit. Easy's. All Eazy whole discography is on my iPod.
And Eazy's not my, he's not my favorite even NWA guy. Yeah. But this particular song.
Who's your favorite NWA guy?
Ren.
Me too. Ren was everything.
Agreed.
A lyricist.
Yeah.
A goon.
Yeah.
Underappreciated. I didn't see the movie yet. I heard he's not represented enough.
Underappreciated.
I didn't see it either.
He's in my top 25 all-time MCs to ever live.
Yeah, I mean he's
that's another show,
right?
Jesus Christ!
Right.
I think I'll have a nervous breakdown trying.
Yeah,
well, 6-hour show.
3 hours.
Yeah, I wrote an article asking all of my famous friends who their top 5 MCs were. You can look it up.
Yeah,
Vinnie Paz top 5 MC.
I did see that before.
It was my article, so I wrote 25 because I wasn't gonna limit myself, but I made everyone else do it. So. Check it out. It's out there. You Google it, Vinnie 5 top 5 MCs list. If you want to email us some hate mail or questions, if your girl's giving you trouble, or
I got a lot of advice to give.
Yeah. You can teach them about the romance.
I do have stuff for the inbox. We can discuss it at the end of the show.
See?
Don't you know?
What's that?
I have questions from the public that we can discuss after the show
all right,
from the inbox.
All right.
After
So
the
you can write us.
You have questions?
How did we get questions?
I have people that sent me questions.
Oh.
So
All right, y'all settle down. You can
He's in business.
you can
for
email
himself,
us at bsbradio@jmthiphop.com. That's bsbradio@jmthiphop.com. The show's being brought to you by Crescent Street Tattoo. Facebook.com/Crescent Street Tattoo. Website, CrescentStreetTattoo.com. Philly's finest. That's where I get tattooed. And that's my people. That's my family in there. So if you're ever in the city or you're in the surrounding area, come through and get my name tattooed on you.
Right.
So
we all got it.
I'm gonna. Damn, man, you gay as shit, B.
I do have it. I got the VP
I know you
gun
do.
fucking gimmick.
I know you
That's
do.
fucking
I ain't
heavy,
afraid.
man.
I ain't afraid. That shit's heavy, man.
I got that shit on my taint.
This fucking guy's out of fucking line, man.
This fucking Gavin over here.
It's a sin. It's
Goes
really.
to the lowest end material.
Yeah, just like.
LCD, lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. My number 4 is Gangsta Nip. Gangsta Nip was from Houston. Rolled with rap a lot. The shit that people refer to as horrorcore, the blood and gut shit that was more over the top than gangster rap, can be traced back to Nip, at least in some ways. The production was Gangsta Nip himself, the Terrorists, who were also on Rap a Lot, John Botto, who did a lot of the Scarface and Ghetto Boy shit, Doug King, same with him. They recorded a lot of the Rap a Lot shit at his studio. As I said, it's an early example of horrorcore. Willie D and Scarface are on a joint called Actions Speak Louder Than Words. That record's crazy hard. We were listening to this, and this is the one we were listening to in the shop when I was getting my hand tattooed. And you're like, yo, what's this record's hard? And
What's
I was like,
what's the one record he did? Something Park Psycho.
this South Park Psycho.
This is the record.
This is the one I'm talking about. Yeah, South
yeah.
Park Psycho by Gangsta Nip. It's his first record. It's the one you were like, why did you give me this? And I was like, but I didn't think you like slow shit. And you were like, I like slow shit that's like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I had a copy of that years ago. My boy Skipsky hooked me up with years and years ago, but I lost track of it.
Yeah.
In that time.
This is
period,
91, 92. As I said, it was, you had that camp, Jay Prince was running. He had that production crew, same studio, they had a sound, Nip was a little bit over the top with that shit, like in terms of like eating people and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Like he was on that murder, kill shit.
He's got a bunch of heavy tattoos too.
Yeah. He got some jail tattoos, like
hand poke shit.
Yeah,
like heavy business.
Yeah, he's a heavy deal.
Yeah.
He, from what I can gather, he's still around. Obviously these records came out in the era where you could still move a couple 100,000 and make a grip of dough. You know what I mean? I'm not sure, what he's up to today. But as I said, Gangsta Nip, South Park Psycho. I love that record. Not to repeat myself, but I was listening to these records, making the list. So a lot of times I'm going back to when I was a kid, how the records made me feel. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Just like this record's hard as fuck. So again, not a mega popular record. If you're younger or aren't hip to the genre, check out Gangsta Nip, South Park Psycho. I'll go to Pablo. Pablo, you got your number 4 over there?
Sure. Quick and dirty, I'm going to say Mobb Deep, Murder Music.
Okay, I like that. I like that Mobb Deep was brought up on there. I would have...
That was one I struggled on trying to get.
Yeah, I obviously would have went with the Infamous, but I like Murder Music.
It's interchangeable, like you say. It's hard to pick one.
Sure.
That was the one I guess I heard first. Or I rocked more. I don't know which
No,
one.
you definitely didn't hear it first, because, you had Shook Ones and shit in 94,
True.
95. But this is your favorite Mobb Deep shit. You had Alchemist produced on there.
You're right.
Joints for Cool G Rap, The Godfather. So that's a real good pick.
It's just a well put out album.
Yeah, Loud Records. I think that was 1999.
Could be.
There's some real grim shit on there. The shit with Cormega is grim. The shit with Cool G is grim. What was the single? Friz, Quiet Storm, right?
Yep.
Yeah, my chain hang down on my dick, my piece bang glass tables.
Yep.
Yeah, that record's ignorant.
Right.
Real ignorant. That's what we want tonight for our. So I'm with that. I'm with that.
You were at the show the same night I was at the show, and what was the place on Delaware Avenue?
No, it was on Arch.
That was Brave New World.
Brave New World.
Like third or fourth on
Brave
Arch or
New
something.
World. You were with me too.
Yeah.
Kid. Yeah. It was the Murder Music tour.
I was talking to you there.
But wasn't it free? That shit wasn't
I
it free?
think
It was
so.
invite only. It was some
Yeah.
shit like that.
And I was talking to you there, and I remember P walked right past.
Yes.
With the chain.
Yeah.
With the star
I remember this vividly. We were with Alcides too and Reese. What up, y'all? How y'all doing out there? That's a good pick. I like that. I like where y'all are going with this because I went into a totally different fucking chamber. So, all right, Sicko, what's up, man? You got number 4?
My number 4, kind of in line with the Woo. I don't know if everybody would call this gangster rap, but and I'm putting this on mostly because of the artist himself, and that's Bumpy Knuckles, because he's one of
Freddie
my all-time
Fox,
favorites.
OG, Triple OG. What up,
And
Bump?
the record I'm going with is Industry Shakedown.
Love that record.
It's fucking great. The production, you've got Pete Rock on it, Diamond D, and of course you got Premier, you got Alchemist, and
MOP is on there.
and that's the other thing. MOP, another one that I struggle with getting on this list. More of a group, like one of my all-time favorite groups. Them and Freddie Fox over Premier is just classic.
Agreed.
bangers to me.
Great
and
pick.
Like I said, the Industry Shakedown album. My number 1 track on that is RNS, because I'm not saying a title. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it's just, like Gavin was saying, playing the Easy E joint, like
Sure.
to explain to someone. To me, that song, beats and music, like New York hip hop. Here's like a prime example.
No, that record's hard as
And-
nails and New York to the fucking core.
And fucking Freddie Fox.
And he's a goon. And
Right.
yeah,
What more do you
I mean,
need to
Freddie
say?
will shake you down as he's playing.
Right.
He gets off stage and shakes people down. And
yeah,
goes back
Freddie
on and
OG,
rocks.
Triple OG.
Like,
Freddie,
that shit ain't no joke.
Freddie's run popular rap artists out of New York.
No doubt. And what he does on
He also beat the shit out of Willie D in a
Boxing
celebrity
thing.
boxing.
I saw
thing.
that shit.
And Willie D was Golden Gloves in Texas.
I just figured out what
Not to forget
RNS means. Did you see the
get it
life?
now?
I just figured it out now.
So you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know,
I want to get that.
only
shit
one of us
tattooed
can
on
say that what it's
Real
really.
nigga shit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Come on, man. We
Thank
don't
you,
want to
Miss
use
X.
that word here. Come on.
And I just real quick, I just want to say about the song Industry Shakedown. Like he takes that shit to task. He's calling major industry people out by name on record, which now in 2015 might not seem like a big deal, but you know,
It was huge then. It was independent. That record sold a ton because
Right.
Freddie and I were on the same. We had the same distributor
Lansby,
/ label.
right?
Yeah, Lansby Records. Our records came out around the same time as my record, Violent by Design. Freddie sold a lot of records, made a lot of money because he did it himself. Also, Crazy Like a Fox, the record that he did before that, he was on a major through Flavor Unit, and it never came out. It surfaced recently because he either just released it because he don't give a fuck, or got the master tapes back, and it's
didn't know that.
it's brilliant.
Nice.
Crazy Like a Fox is great, and there's 2 versions. There's the regular version, and there's a DITC version where everyone from DITC did the beats. That record's incredible. That's an aside, you know what I mean?
Right,
That's
right.
we're here to shoot the shit.
So yeah, Bumpy. For
That's
me,
a great pick, man.
He's in my all-time top 5. Not even because he's a great MC or great lyricist, but you talk about presence. Like there's no bigger presence on the mic to me than Freddie Fox.
Oh yeah, you know Bumpy's there.
All day, all day.
That's a great pick,
And
man.
the Twin Millies,
I like where you took it. Yeah,
Thank you.
with burn marks on my hips from my twin Glocks.
them lawyers he calls them.
Yeah. Cousin Frank,
Cousin Friz,
what up, kid? Number 4. What's your number?
handsome son of a bitch. God damn, looking at you. Ugh.
He's pressing heavy on it because of the drawing.
He is. He is.
My number 4 is 50 Cent. Get Rich or Die Trying.
I like that.
Whoa.
I like that.
Whoa, y'all are
Took it
really
there.
That's
now.
the first
I'm
one.
feeling a little bit corny now because my shit is very
No, not at all. Not at
like y'all.
That's the first one anybody mentioned that I actually know.
all. There you go.
Because I'm a 50 mark all day long.
I mean, I know you and I are super 50 marks.
All day long.
I mean,
We
beyond
love
them,
50.
Beyond them being good to me, all the albums that I picked, they're just so great, beginning to end, to me at least. And then they just paint a picture. You remember where you were, what you were into.
I mean, 50 was saying real street dudes from Queens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was talking about Supreme, and he was talking about Fat Cat, and he was talking about Pappy Mason. Them dudes was real dudes. You know what I'm saying? And he ran around. He wasn't their age, but he grew up around them dudes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to the point where 50's first album that never came out, I mean, obviously you can get it now because of the internet, but Power of a Dollar, I don't know if y'all remember Ghetto Quran, but he name checks every hustler, gangster ever that was from Queens, and motherfuckers had real beef with him.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, will you say my name on record, B? I'm doing fucking double life. You know what I mean? But he from the rip, he's fucking crazy. 50. You know what I mean? That's a great pick, man. I mean, everyone's shit is better than mine. I mean, I really took it.
My shit's fucked.
Well, I mean, if we're only on your number 4. Boys in the Hood was a great pick. So how's it fucked? So let's.
All right.
You want to get onto yours, or you want to complain that your
I'll
shit
complain
is?
some more.
Yeah, complain.
My shit's so fun. My number 4 is MC Ren Final Frontier.
Ah, yes, the BDP beat.
Yeah. That, if you force me to pick any NWA related solo project, solo thing, as a group, as whatever, that to me is the best thing they've ever done.
You are making a fucking wild statement right now.
But that's my favorite NWA related song.
Oh,
MC Ren Final
that's
Frontier.
better than everything on America's Most Wanted.
Not as a whole, but as one track, yes. For me, it is.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm liking this because it's crazy. You're fucking nuts.
I'm out of control.
You are.
Yeah.
You need to be. You need to be reeled
Settle
in.
down.
I know. I'm all
Settle
worked
down.
up. I had fucking coffee at 9. I'm all worked
Stallone,
up.
what are you thinking about these
Third.
picks? Has
7:30.
anyone offended you so far?
No,
or-
I haven't been offended. Not,
All right.
not really offended. I wouldn't say offended.
Well, but something. Not really offended.
No. I it's like I understand why you're picking what you're picking because you're trying to like educate people in a sense.
That's
You're trying to
kinda-
bring
yeah,
up
that's-
records that people haven't talked about.
But now I feel like a jabroni because
10 years.
I'm right.
Right.
But I guess you know what? It's the best way to put it. I took the educational route.
Right.
Like, here's some shit you should check out that you might not
I took
have.
the obvious route.
No, but what I'm saying is I'm the one that should have done what I did. You know what I mean? You guys
Definitely.
are naming shit that should realistically be in my top 5. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I mean, Sicko and Pablo and now Frank definitely bring in a lot. I basically, for the most part, I don't want to give away the rest of my shit, but was like, all right, for this particular list, I'm not really going to go anywhere near the East Coast because I have a sound in my head. You know what I'm saying? So but
which is why I'm surprised to hear Bumpy Knuckles, but I understand it.
no, now that I'm hearing it, I'm like, no, that's a gangster rap record, but I'm hearing Premier beats and Pete Rock beats, and I'm like, oh, that's
Because
I took it out the box,
Again,
is what I did.
when it was like, when gangster rap really became what gangster rap has became, it was that West Coast sound. And
Totally.
it wasn't the East Coast. It was, if you remember, it was West Coast had this sound.
Yep.
East Coast
and then
was
downs
grimy.
and downs and like Texas, you know what I mean?
right.
Like them dudes were doing.
And it's not like they weren't talking about similar shit. It's just the whole aesthetic was cleaner, clearer. It was more, I don't know, explicit in a way. There was something mystical about New York hip hop.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
No,
It's just-
absolutely.
It drew me into a place that just either existed in my mind or
No, I mean it's like how we looked here from where we're from at like the UK punk rock scene. It was like mythical, like
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, you're from the island, so you were there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was mad shit happening on the island.
Strong
You had
island.
Public Enemy.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Rakim, people don't know Rakim is from the island.
De La, the whole name.
De La, you know, Prince Paul.
Yep.
Well, I have to get to Long Island in a second, but which will, you know.
We used to play Roosevelt.
Making notes, pal.
Oh yeah, you're making notes.
Making notes.
This guy's doing the.
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Howard's neighborhood.
So yeah, you're listening to Broad Street Breakdown. BSB Radio at jmt.hiphop. I fucked that up, man. I took an L there. BSB Radio at jmthiphop.com is the email. Write us hate mail. Write Gavin love letters about how he's a hunk. If you need help with anything.
Yo, he got that romance.
I only sing romance, man.
Is it my turn?
I don't know.
Number 3, Vinnie Paz.
It's me. My number. Well, all right. Speaking of Long Island, there was a record came out. It was supposed to come out in 1991 on Mercury Records. It was called Class A Felony. This record is hard as fuck. This is the first and only East Coast record on my list. It's mega ignorant. Lord Dumar was the MC. He got murdered in 91. On the cover of the record, there was this strange. The cover was, it kind of drew you in. It's a drawing or something. Can't remember, but at the bottom it said Edward Dumar Israel, 1/27/67, and then 11/18/91. So I assumed this person had passed away. I didn't really connect that it was the dude in the group at the time because I was probably 15. You know what I'm saying? I just maybe in my head thought it was a shout out to that man. Yeah, I mean he passed away 2 years. 2 years. The record didn't come out till 2 years later because unlike when you had Pac and Biggie where they're like, "Yo, this posthumous shit can really work." I guess in that era they were like, "Well, this guy's dead. What can we do with this?"
Right. You can't go out and support it.
Yeah, like what are we gonna do with this? You know what I'm saying? They didn't know.
See the artist.
Sure.
Promote the record.
I Can't Take No More. It's one of my favorite joints on there. Just super hard shit. A little reminiscent of what you were talking about in Freddie Fox. Just mega hard beats. Mark the 45 King, who did joints for Jay-Z, Flavor Unit. He did the Hard Knock Life record for Jay that was humongous. The 900 number, the Ed Lover dance. The Latifah shit. Lakem Shabazz, all of that. He had like 5 beats on this record. So, yeah, like I said, this record's mega hard. Lakem Shabazz and Diamond D have a song on this record. It's the last song on the record, and it's basically them talking about gun violence in honor of Lord Dumar, bigging him up and the loss of his life for the record, and the dude's not even on it. It's just Lakem Shabazz and Diamond. Again, maybe a hard record to find. If you can find it in any manner, I suggest you do. It's a hidden gem. Not many people are aware of it. It's hard as fucking nails, this record. So,
Send me that.
that's, is that my number 3?
Yeah.
That's my number. Yeah. Like I said, these are interchangeable. So until I get to my number 1, these all can go wherever. With that said, I'm gonna go to my man Professor Pablo over there. He's looking in his scrolls.
It's called my rhyme book. You know what I'm
word?
saying?
Say word.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Nobody want to hear that.
The
shit,
lyrical,
man.
miracle.
Wow, man. It's fucking
Making
guys.
up words. That's how we do.
What do you think about this, man?
I'm zoned out.
Right? You just no selling them? You're not even no selling him. You're just.
I'm thinking how long ago I had 2 pieces of pizza, and now I'm looking.
He's
to
thinking about
get a
when
snack.
Rand's
He brought
gonna
a
have
bag
Yo,
of
I need
snacks.
that. I need that.
He
by
brought
the way.
snacks.
Yeah, bag
All
of
right,
snacks.
do your what's it? Your number 3, and then
Yes.
he needs snacks. So
That's
Fuck
Murphy's
him and
Law
his
song. You
fucking
know that
snacks.
song? Bag of Snacks, Murphy's Law.
Love it.
Fucking rules.
Jimmy
All day.
Gestapo, what up? Jimmy G,
Fucking love
DMS, what up?
Murphy's Law all day.
My number 3 is also Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
Enter the chambers of 36ness.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you why it's a gangster rap album. Sicko didn't tell you why it's a gangster rap album. I'm
But
going to tell you why.
you're gonna tell us why.
Right.
All right. Now, let me sit back. Hold on.
Is this the same record that he did?
Yes.
All right, bet.
Okay.
Settle
Is
in.
this the first one?
Yeah, first Wu record.
We listened to that in that apartment we used to hang out at on.
10th and South?
I don't want to name them. No, before that.
West Philly?
No.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You played that
Over and
you
over.
played the first Nas record.
Yes.
That's the only reason I know either one of them
Yes,
exist.
and I remember you being like, "This is all right."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That
all
record's
right.
hard as nails.
Yeah.
But Pablo's gonna tell. Apparently, he's gonna tell us why.
There we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, pal.
So he said a lot of things,
Fucking
Sicko,
beard.
which were in my first bullet points.
All
Okay.
right. In your dossier,
Right.
So.
Continue.
Can I continue? So so they don't. Not every other line is fucking drugs or guns, but
Yes, it is. Go ahead, continue.
they still imply that they ran shit. And to me, that's kind of like
All right, so
gangster.
you like the implication on some Italian shit, like where I don't gotta say it, it's implied,
right?
With-
And
with-
like if something needs to go down, you got to go through us.
Okay.
Kind of like
yeah,
that
Staten
shit.
Island. They ran with lots of Italians
Right.
too, because Staten Island is black and Italians.
And when this dropped, it was like every underground culture was like doing the same thing, like skateboarders hanging at Love Park, going to Atlas parties. Kind of all the underground cultures were hanging out together,
Okay.
and getting into some shit, right?
Yeah.
So everyone
Trouble was
on
a brewing in
Everyone
'93.
was on the same vibe.
Like a brewing.
It was fall of '93. This record dropped.
So
November.
you would run around, get into some shit, fuck shit up, listen to this album, and you called yourself a gangster because you were doing gangster shit, even though it was like
Yeah.
low caste. So all of a sudden, I wouldn't say we whitewashed it, but pretty much now every kid in America can be a gangster.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's subgenres there.
Right. Okay.
And this album was like the fucking
the
poster child.
You're saying this is the
Yeah.
catalyst for
Yeah.
that. All right, that's good.
I'd agree with that.
That's good. I like that. I like that. My friend Sicko, my old pal. What do you have on your list for number 3?
On number 3, this is where it started to get difficult, and I actually just changed it about 30 seconds ago.
Oh, I changed one
Audible?
30 seconds ago,
Yeah.
too. I'm changing
Okay.
shit up.
An Audible?
I called it Audible. Originally, in number 3, all I had written was M.O.P. 'Cause
Okay.
I love M.O.P. to the death.
Okay.
But I couldn't
No
come
pun
up,
intended.
Thank you. I couldn't come up with an album.
That's okay.
They got at least 4 bangers. First Family.
I don't think they've ever done anything not great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I couldn't pick one album like this is the classic one.
Okay.
So like if we were doing groups, M.O.P. would be in my top 5. Since we're not, I switched out number 3 with Cube, America's Most Wanted.
Whoa. So you
He
just
just-
told us
he
your
just
number
fucking-
3 was
he
M.O.P.
flipping
and then
everything.
switched. What the fuck is this
Because
shit?
I put in an album.
3A and 3B.
He slid in fucking 2AO.
Right. Hell,
I did. I cheated the system.
but
So I took M.O.P. off the list.
Take it 2 away from him.
you're banned from the mic for
He's
how
banned
long?
from
What is
number
it?
2.
10
Come
minutes.
on.
10-minute punishment.
Come on.
10 minutes.
10-minute punishment.
punishment?
Yeah,
Yeah.
10-minute
Fuck,
punishment.
minutes.
It has the punishment.
All right.
Cousin Frank, 10 minutes.
All right.
All right, hold on. I'll set
Alright.
the timer. Setting him up.
12:03.
So what was your 3 now? 12. You said
He's not allowed to talk for
All right,
10
done.
minutes.
All
It's
right.
not. He gave this whole fucking
I heard it.
not a diatribe, this whole speech
Right.
about MOP,
Right.
how they're his favorite thing in the whole fucking land, and then switched it out to Ice Cube. He can't talk. I'm
Swerved,
assuming you
if
can
you
only
will.
nod. America's Most Wanted is the record. America's Most Wanted.
was it.
Okay.
Ice Cube. He's banned from talking, so I'll explain.
That's a
Cube
really
left
bad punishment in the
NWA.
world of podcasting.
Actually,
That was it.
You're a fan
was
of
like-
this record, aren't
love
you?
this record.
Yeah. So Cube came to New York to work with the Bomb Squad, who worked with Public Enemy, the Shockleys, shit on NWA, No Vaseline, record hard as nails. One of the greatest diss records of all time, I would say, No Vaseline. Sicko's writing something down since he's banned, so what do you want to tell me, man?
Squeak,
You're my
squeak,
shining
squeak.
star.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
That Sharpie's working furiously.
Yeah, Cube had left NWA because he felt Jerry Heller was jerking him. I ain't never got gaffled like that, is what he wrote. Salute, yeah. Yes, I mean, you know, I'm basically pontificating because Sicko's banned for how much longer, Frank?
The official count is 8 minutes and 37 seconds.
He's only been
Jesus.
banned. It's only a
It's
minute.
only
and
been a
half.
minute.
I feel like fuck.
Not stopping him.
So
from
yeah,
slipping the burn.
like I said, you know, oh god, fucking Pablo's holding something up, but we can't say that on the air.
Hate him.
Let's go to Cousin Frick.
So, cousin Frank,
My number 3, I did not change it like the quiet one. My number 3 is the Notorious B.I.G. Life After Death.
wow, another. I'm with this. I'm with this. A double album.
Double album. To me,
Talk about it a little bit, man.
the intro, the way it starts off, somebody's got to die,
I
kick
like
in the
that
door, what's beef,
What's beef? That one's hard. I like that song.
the 10 Crack Commandments,
I like that one too.
going
what's-
back to Cali.
What's the joint the RZA did? Last something kiss. The
My
last kiss.
Downfall?
That's what RZA did.
RZA do My
I thought
Downfall?
Last Kiss Goodnight. Is that a joint on there?
Oh, that is Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah, I think that
My
was
Downfall.
RZA. My Downfall's
That was-
hard
that
as
was
nails.
with DMC.
That's hard as nails
Yeah,
too.
that's real hard.
This
The,
record's real hard. I mean, again, you guys are, you know, making me feel a little bit
and going
like I
back-
might not have done my job. You know what I'm saying? Because you're bringing in records that, you know. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, in terms of what is a gangster rap record, these fit the what's the word?
Criteria.
The criteria.
I mean, it just goes to show you how this genre has grown and expanded.
Yeah,
And goes everywhere.
and how it's understood or misunderstood. How long before Sicko can talk again? I don't want him to talk, but I just want to.
647.
All right, 647.
Paz, don't forget Notorious Thugs on there.
Notorious Thugs, yes. And speaking of which, if I go back to your, was it your number 5?
Yeah.
Bone Thugs and Harmony,
Man.
the only group to work with both Biggie and Pac, to do joints with both Biggie and Pac, which is, you know, a fucking badge of honor, I would say,
Yeah,
to do a joint with both of them. You know, the biggest beef in the history of the culture, only because it ended in death. You know what I mean? But all right, so I love that pick, man. That's great.
Thank you.
OG, Gavin.
This is the one I switched up. Schoolie D Saturday night.
Amazing.
waiting for that. I was
Amazing.
waiting for that.
Amazing.
Any song
Philly-
any song, I don't care what they're talking about. That's got that dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in all day.
Yeah, you want
I don't give a
cowbell
fuck-
all day.
yeah, all day long. I don't give a fuck what they're talking about. I don't care. That dun, 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 dun. I'm fucking in. I'm in. That's all I gotta say about
It's
it.
almost like.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to build on that a little bit. There's many a hip hop historian who feels that I had mentioned Cool G earlier as the godfather of gangster rap. There's many a historian that thinks Schoolie D from West Philly is the originator / godfather of gangster rap. If you talk to dudes
PSK.
like Gucci Time, I mean, you talk to dudes like NWA, like Cool G, they'll cite Schoolie, you know, Parkside Killers, talking about West Philly, which was just it looked like fucking Beirut. I mean, not that it's beautiful now, but it's a little bit gentrified. You know what I mean? That's a great pick. Some of the things you guys are saying may or may not be in my honorable mentions list, so I don't want to go too much into. You know what I'm saying?
That is a great pick, though.
Yeah, I mean, Schoolie's
Scott.
the legend.
I think he was the first. It was like that.
I mean, the reason I'm not saying it definitively is because everyone here is from Philly, and if we say that,
I know.
anyone that's listening
Well,
is
no,
going to
I'm not
say,
originally from Philly,
"Yeah, that's
so I
true.
can say that.
That's true."
Yeah.
I'll
Where
let
are you
you
from,
say.
Scott?
He's from Long Island,
Oh wow. All right. Then.
Strong Island.
Do you want a break for the top 2? Build up the suspense?
I mean, this fucking guy, man, he just comes in
How are we going to do that then if we do a break?
He thinks he's calling
He
shots.
wants rap
pause it.
snacks.
If we're
Jeff
gonna
wants
do a
rap
break,
snacks.
gotta
We
pause
should
it so
do-
he doesn't
we
get
should
it.
do-
Well, the question is, all right, I'm with you taking a break, but the Sicko not allowed to talk to the whole break.
No,
and
it's
then,
not.
No.
What's
Like,
it
if
on?
we go on break now, I pause it,
Yes,
and then when we come
it's
back
paused.
on,
Sicko's the only person who's been banned twice now. What he was banned.
I mean,
on
to
the
me, there's a
night of,
long way to go, and I feel a ban coming on Pablo. But
What
that,
was-
I'm not going to do it just
Where
to do
were
it.
we the night we banned him from AO?
At the tattoo shop. No?
Last week here.
No.
In the car.
He's not allowed
Yeah,
to
we
talk.
were in the car
At
going
my show?
somewhere.
No.
No.
We have to. He's not
It
allowed
was
to
the
talk.
other
Oh, with the wrestling gimmick.
Oh,
We all went to
yeah.
Ring of Honor Wrestling recently. And,
He was banned for an hour
and
on that
Sicko
one.
was-
And
yeah.
he kept saying, "How much time I got left?" In the backseat, he kept whispering to me, "How much time I got left?"
Yeah, for those who don't know, every time we say
57 minutes.
you know how everyone says pause and no homo? We don't do that shit. We say ayo. So every time we say ayo, you know that we're talking
So
that pause.
it was so
I
bad
don't gotta
that
say
night.
no homo because I'm not gay, or I don't gotta say pause because that's corny.
So
we
it-
just say ayo as a joke. So
The AO thing got so bad that night, and everybody was so afraid to get caught. We'd be like, "Yeah, so next Tuesday, AO."
Yeah.
So Sicko kept doing it, and we finally banned him for an hour because he was like, "Yeah,
Sicko
man,
does AO
I went down to
wrong."
Wawa, AO."
Yeah.
We were
Sicko
like,
does
"Fuck."
AO wrong. Mrs. X, our quiet producer, doesn't know nothing about AO. She don't know when it's right. Pablo was saying AOs earlier that were fucked up.
I like the color purple, AO.
But it doesn't move. It doesn't move.
Friz was AOing from 2 rooms down the hall.
But his was on point, though. His was on point. All right, look, we're going to take
Friz
a little
was yelling
break.
it just in case there was one.
These knuckleheads are going to smoke a cigarette. Look, Broad Street Breakdown is what you're listening to. I'm Vinnie Paz with OG Gavin, Professor Pablo,
See?
Miss X in the building. Sicko's in here, Cousin Frank. We're having a good time. Broad Street Breakdown, bsbradio@jmthiphop.com. That's the email. Like I said before, write us all hate mail, questions. We'll answer anything, whether it's about me, Vinnie Paz, or you want to ask romance or sexy time, or to Gavin.
I know a little
he
bit
knows
about
a little bit about that. Gavin and I are told by the ladies that we smell good. We can tell you how to put something together.
We
The
ain't
Jeff
telling you
smell
our
should be
gimmick.
bottled.
We're not going to tell you our gimmicks, but we'll tell you how
We
to
know
get it
each
together.
other's gimmick, but nobody
if you
else
want to
knows
know
none.
about guns or high-end watches or Prada clothing, me and Cousin Friz will answer those questions.
wrestling questions,
Wrestling questions.
because we know all about that. everything
Also,
about it.
Sicko has a book called No Slam Dancing, No Stage Diving, No Spikes, An Oral History of the Legendary City Gardens. Go out there and cop that. If you're a punk rock, metal, hip-hop fan, grew up on the East Coast, it's a little bit East Coast oriented, but the
Tim Dog
artists are
played
from
there.
all over the world. What's that?
Tim Dog played there.
Yeah, Tim Dog. I saw. Let me see. Who did we see? PRT, Tribe and De La there that one night. P?
Saw third base.
Third
saw
base.
Tribe.
Yeah, that's when you were standing next to Tim Dog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog.
All right. Yeah. So check the book out. Crescent Street Tattoo.
Didn't we see Naughty by Nature there?
I never saw Naughty.
I saw Naughty Mad
We
Science.
did, right? Somebody did. They played though.
You can't talk to him. He can't talk. How much time does he have left?
28 seconds.
Whoa.
All right, so we're gonna go on break because I don't want Sicko to come back and be able to talk.
Yeah, you just run out the clock.
Right. We'll be back. We'll be back after this. Yes. We're back live and direct. Broad Street Breakdown. bsbradio@jmthiphop.com is the email. Any questions, suggestions, things to talk about, anything you might want to hear, things like that. Sicko, is Sicko still on punishment, Cousin Frank?
Yes, I'm going to resume the last 17 seconds.
17 seconds is what he has. All right.
Best 17
Ladies
seconds.
and gentlemen, what we've been discussing is the top 5 best gangster rap records in our humble opinion. So we're sure you're going to disagree with them and be difficult and tell us what we don't know. As I said, Gavin is being difficult.
Thank you.
Sicko's allowed to talk again. Gavin's being difficult, as per usual. Didn't give albums, only gave songs. Sicko
demands,
was.
man.
What's that?
I have demands.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're an artiste.
Something
Thank you.
about his contracts.
Something that was in your contract that you have creative control over the storylines.
I'll pop for that.
That was a bad pop, man.
It was all right.
Sicko was banned for 10 minutes for basically giving a half-hour dissection of his number 3 pick, only to say that it's not his pick, and then pulled a swerve.
They called an audible.
Dusty finish, if you will.
Yeah, it was a dusty finish. Those in the know will get that.
you'll
Those who
know.
won't are marks. Jay Brones.
Thank you.
As I said, you're listening to Broad Street Breakdown. My name is Vinnie Paz. I'm with the OG Gavin, Professor Pablo, Miss X in the building, Sicko, Cousin Frank. So should I start picking up with this list again, or is there more pressing matters beforehand? Anybody?
You can go. Yeah. I think we'll keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling?
We'll get the conversation going again, and it'll be
It'll be a thing?
it'll be a deal. and
It'll be a deal with
situation.
Hendry?
Yes.
Listen, I got a thing with Tootie. My number 2, I actually said that my number 5 through 2 all could be mixed up, that there wasn't a particular order. But now that I look at my number 2, this is probably a legit number 2. So my number 2 is Gangsta Pat. All About Coming Up. It's actually his second record.
I was able to open that file when you sent it to me.
Gangsta Pat is probably one of the greatest names ever. Greatest rap names. I love Project Pat too as a rap name.
I opened that one as well.
Yeah, but I mean this is like 5-10 million years ago, man.
True.
At this point.
That's true.
You're like selling me on something I sent you in
Chicken Head's not a
1986.
gangster
We were
song.
still on AOL.
Man, get the fuck. You don't even know his early shit, B. Get the fuck out of here, man. You're about to be banned.
Chicken Head. Bonk, bonk. That's the song.
I mean, nobody. I'm talking now, man. I mean, fuck. So
Go ahead, Project Pete. Go ahead.
Project Pete.
I'm done. I'm out.
This fucking guy, man. This guy's out of fucking control.
Hard as shit. Oh, we know. Go ahead.
Wow,
This
man.
fucking Gavin.
I mean, I'm really. I really.
Track.
At a loss.
No,
At a
I have
loss,
to
if you
gather
will.
myself because he just said Project Pete. No, but Gangsta Pat, All About Coming Up. He put all the Memphis shit to later come. 3-6 Mafia, dude sold millions of records. Won an Oscar for their work on Hustle and Flow.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah. They all look to him as the originator. This is actually his sophomore album. He was signed to a major. I like that album. That album's cool, but All About Coming Up was on Ichiban Rap, Rap WRAP, Ichiban Rap Records. I mentioned them earlier. They were from Atlanta. He wrote everything, produced everything, played all the instruments. I said this record to you a little while back. You were like, "Yo, this shit is hard as nails."
Yeah.
Same with you, Sicko. It's a classic record. It's again, I kind of went the route of more obscure records. I don't know if I'm regretting that now or if it's adding to the show and the conversation. I guess only y'all can tell me that. Mega hard record, man. Hard beats, hard rhymes, ignorant shit. Ignorance at its finest. I love Slap a Hole, Shoot This Guy in His Fucking Brains records. I just do. It's just ignorance at its finest. On the cover with the fucking Jerry curl juice dripping down his whole shit. The cover's terrible. Pre-Photoshop shit just looks wrong. He's got a snapback on backwards with Jerry curl juice through the whole shit. It's brilliant, man. Again, I've said this with all of all of the records on my list. Try to find it. Try to track it down. You know what I'm saying? All about coming up. Gangsta Pat, Memphis. Like I said, man, try to find it. You should be able to find it somewhere. If you try to buy the actual copy, it'll probably be like $40 up to $100 to get the original one. But hard beats, hard rhymes, just real over the top ignorance. And I love the record, and I played it a lot in like 9th grade. So I'm gonna go to Professor Pablo for your number 2. He's in his book. He's got a little scribe. He's got the scrolls and shit.
I'm doing my homework. Letting
No, I'm
people
with-
know.
Professor Pete.
So this is one of those ones we talked about earlier where the artist is the same, but the album changed because song for song it didn't.
So you're doing the swerve too?
No, I'm saying the artist is Ice-T.
All right.
I started out with original Gangsta.
Okay,
As
what
I
you go
listened
back?
to it, I got a little bored with it.
What? All right, go ahead.
It just
All right, man.
You're saying it doesn't hold up.
it doesn't hold up.
All right, that's fucking complete violation. Continue, please.
I'm going to say that my favorite of his is Iceberg. However, the best gangster rap is Power. For the sole fact that you got I'm Your Pusher and High Roller that were the intro to the whole genre. Album-wise,
I
it
love
fucking
the
set the
pick. I hate the fact that you're doing the Sicko and bigging up like 9 records for one pick.
Is that the punishment?
It just fucking happened, dude.
Yeah, it happened. Sometimes you got to deal with the ramifications of that, and that's being punished for 10 minutes.
Which one are you going to say out of the 3 albums is the best?
It doesn't. I'm not saying I know which one is the best. I'm saying you're giving 3 picks. Power is all that. Rhyme Pays is all that. Yeah. Iceberg is all that. OG Original Gangsta is all that. The one from like the 92 or 93, Home Invasion. I like that record. I'm saying, but you're not picking a record.
I'm saying Power. I said Power.
But you bigged up the other shit.
Honorable
you could've
mention.
been-
Honorable mention.
We ain't even there though, man. All right. I mean, I love the pick. I'm gonna be frank.
And the fucking album cover.
You're sitting here like I'm not in the fucking like you're not in the room.
I don't even know what to say about it.
The album cover.
I agree with the
fake,
things he
with
said,
the shot,
but I
the
see.
Syndicate Queen holding the pieces.
Yeah, it's a
you know what I'm saying? Holding
No,
the
it's
machinery.
heavy. It's heavy.
I agree with everything he said, but the way he went about it is he's like slid in.
We talked
fucking
about
4
earlier
records.
how some albums didn't hold up after.
He
one
was
Okay,
saying it, but
all right.
I get what he's
No,
saying.
of course I get what he's saying. I'm saying the sake of the shit and keeping order in this fucking place.
Well, that's a whole nother
What I'm
topic.
there, I of course said there's honorable mentions that we're going to talk about.
I don't
So
remember you saying that.
Pablo.
That's the fucking line,
We fucking
man.
did it last week.
We did it last week.
We
and
said last week we said 3 songs. Now we got 5 albums.
We established the format last week of honorable mentions.
We didn't establish the albums versus songs, and Jeff's doing whatever he wants anyways. Fuck everybody.
I'm allowed to do whatever I want. You ain't allowed to do shit. I can do whatever the
Jeff's
fuck I
number
want.
one's gonna be a fucking ska record.
I
He's not
can
even
do-
doing fucking gangster rap at this point.
That was all right.
That was all right.
Piss is the Sicko. I'm
That was
done.
all right. Oh, you're done. All right.
All right, I'm gonna go to my my old pal Sicko.
I'm allowed to talk now?
Well, yeah, I mean, you took your L like
You
a
did
man.
your time.
All right.
You took your. I mean, you did your bid, man. You're like Mike Vick. It's
I was
like
going to say that.
You know what I mean? It's like
My 1 and 2.
whoa, 1
What?
and 2.
Allow me to speak.
No, I feel. Can I just preface this? He's somehow gonna fuck shit up. I'm not because he's going to fuck this up.
Everything is out of control now. Everybody's
It is. It is. This is the fucking. It's been derailed,
You have to maintain.
and I have to maintain order
Yes.
in this motherfucker,
Yes.
man.
All I'm saying is I had a hard time putting 2 and 1 together. At any moment it could flip, but I figured it out. My number 2, which many people probably would consider the number 1 and the genre defining, but I'm with number 2, Straight Outta Compton, NWA.
Yeah.
Somebody had to put it out there.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
All right, here's my not that it needs a rationalization, but here's like the number 1 thing about that album for me. Right off the bat, you put the needle on the record. First 3 songs, not the first song. The first 3 songs are straight classics, all 3 of them.
Agreed.
And Ice, I think this is the first group on my list that includes a rapper that I would put in top 10 all time, being Cube.
Okay, I like all of this. I'm buying what you're selling.
We all know what Straight Outta Compton did.
Of course.
Culturally, sociologically, what it did for the music industry. I don't think anybody here in this room is going to say it was the beginning of gangster rap, but for most of the world, the mainstream
It was the
world,
beginning of gangster rap for most people.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Like that was boom, the watershed moment.
They were also selling. They were also moving platinum records without radio play.
Right.
Getting letters from the FBI because of fuck the police.
Exactly.
The heat was on them. If you read the Ruthless Records book, if you read Dre's book, there was heavy heat. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers was really walking around with pistols. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about the time, like for those dudes to come out from where they were, to come out on record and say "fuck the police."
I can't. There's not even a 2015 equivalent of it. My mind was fucking blown, man.
And that's the other thing I kind of wanted to bring it back to is the personal interaction with it. When that record dropped, we were all into hip hop. I was way more of a hardcore kid, but like would listen to anything that was hard like that. And that to me was like the one rap record that really equaled a hardcore record in terms of like energy, shock value, whatever you want to call it.
It's a punk rock record, straight out of
Totally.
Compton.
Yep, I agree.
100%.
I mean, the thing is like, I think that's where we talk about this, and Gavin and I were talking about it off air, is that like, we're basically counterculture people. You know what I mean? Like to say, we've used the word hardcore kids or hip hop kids or we ran with skateboarder kids or ran around at Love Park. It's really, we were just drawn to counterculture. You know what I mean? Like, so it's all of those things will be dealt with.
You can draw from all kinds of influence, but it's all sort of underground.
Absolutely.
stuff.
Like Scarface is, and I'm reading Scarface's book right now, and he's like, all I fucked with was Kiss, Man of War. And you know what I'm saying? And you're and you're like, oh, yo, people were just drawn.
Yep.
That's bugged out. A dude in the Fifth Ward in Houston, you know what I mean? A black man in the Fifth Ward in Houston was listening to Kiss and Man of War, and then an Italian kid from Philly was listening to Gripping on the Other Level by the Ghetto Boys. It's like, wow, shit comes full circle.
Yeah.
I don't even think that album, like I remember getting that album and then like a month later being in stores, like regular stores.
Uh-huh.
So I think like heads weren't going to carry that.
Right?
And then it got so popular, like, oh, we want to make money.
They
We're
got
carrying-
shook.
Yeah.
Retail got shook, and then they're like, well, if we want to be on this gravy train, we got to get on this gravy train or we're out money, man.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Like, we put the parental advisory shit on the front. It was me. Everybody in this room knows Chico. That's my old friend. People listening out there won't know.
Love Chico.
But we grew up together, and my mom and my aunt took us to the mall. They did their thing, let me and Chico do our thing. The record, obviously, to anyone who knows, some of y'all might not have bought music, but records used to come out on Tuesdays. The record,
It's a shame we got to even say.
yeah, the record came out on a Tuesday, and this was a Saturday at the mall, and I bought it at the Wall. Y'all remember the Wall?
Oh, yeah.
Might have
Lifetime
been
guarantee.
Yeah, it might have been Sam Goody, but the Wall had the lifetime guarantee sticker gimmick.
I still got some of those gimmicks. I can't take them back now.
No, you
You
should
fucking
try
throw them
though.
at the wall, so all you can do.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
No, but
Going back to last week too, one of the comparisons I definitely wanted to draw to the album Straight Outta Compton. For me, that was as big in that world as hearing the Sex Pistols. Never mind the.
No,
I was just
yeah.
going to make the same.
Yeah,
genre
absolutely.
defining,
No, absolutely. Yeah.
earth shattering, culture shattering. I mean,
Watershed,
I'm not gonna
double
front. I'm a white kid from the suburbs of Philadelphia. Like,
I was just thinking.
it was a revelation to me just to hear rappers refer to themselves as niggas with attitudes.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
It blew my. I just remember sitting at the lunch table like sophomore year with a Walkman, banging that tape out, and just looking at the world around, like these sea of. I went to Catholic high school in the suburbs, all white, and I'm just looking at all, and I'm like, nobody knows what's going on in my ears right now. None of these people know this fucking neutron bomb that's just been dropped.
And like Chuck D said, it was like at that time, hip hop was the hood CNN.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because like white people didn't know about. They put crack here to destroy this neighborhood. You know, I'm a fatherless child. Like these things. That white America didn't understand. Before I get to Frank, you know, I don't mean to be long-winded, especially on your pick, but I just want to say, so we bought that cassette, and my aunt and my mom was in the front, we was in the back, and she was like, Vincenz, you can put your tape on if you want. I was like, oh fuck. My mom, I mean, y'all, everyone in here knows my mom.
No doubt.
She wasn't they were never strict, and she didn't care.
No doubt.
But I knew I wasn't about to put that shit on.
It's not a record. I don't care how down your mom's is.
Right, and I wouldn't put that on now. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's some. I was like, but at that time, I'm 11. I'm like, yo, she hears this shit. She thinks I'm spraying up the whole school with my pops hammers. You know what I mean? But like you and Scott said, that was a record that I said, holy fuck, man.
Right. You had that holy fuck.
You heard EPMD say the N-word, reference a blunt, reference a 40, like here and there type and then these dudes, it's like the fucking fourth word on the record is motherfucker. Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucking. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
And then beats,
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to speak about Dre. We don't. I mean, top three.
How hard those songs were. Come on.
Yeah. All right. So that's incredible. I mean, of course, like I said earlier with honorable mentions, and that my list was going to be more obscure shit. Of course, that record deserves to be on there.
And when a record like that comes out, and when people are pissed off to the level that pissed them, it means the fucking record has changed some shit. And there's, you can name, half a dozen right off the top.
If you're
maybe
lucky,
only that.
In your lifetime, you come across.
Yeah, there's under 10 records that shook the world. You know what I mean? That's a great topic, by the way. But you're listening to Broad Street Breakdown. This is Vinnie Paz, OG Gavin, Scott Stallone in here, Pablo, Miss X, Sicko. We're gonna go to my cousin Frank. Cousin Frank, what up? So you're up to your number 2, correct?
Number 2. Mobb Deep, the Infamous.
Okay.
I mentioned that earlier when Pablo gave murder music. Please pontificate.
Expound, if you will.
Very, very, very dark, for lack of better words. I remember hearing it literally with a bunch of my boys. All their girls were there, and even the girls in the room were like, we get that this is a rap record, but it's so dark and eerie.
Oh yeah, man.
For lack of better words, it almost could be. It's not, but it's like very metal, dark metal.
No, it's like it's a black when Prodigy said it's heavy metal for the black people. I mean that record is the example of that.
Mean, it's like
Havoc on the beats, mega dark, super dark samples. The cover was dark.
Yeah, everything about it. Probably my favorite track on the album is Right Back at You.
Hard as nails.
They're all hard. I couldn't really.
No, there's nothing on that record that's not the shit. I mean, it's
unbelievable record.
Again, as I referred to some of my joints, that record's ignorance at its finest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they were wild young too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like maybe, I guess Shook Ones. When P says I'm only 19, so that was a year later. They were like 20, 21.
What year was that record?
95.
Jeez.
Yeah, it came out in the spring of 95.
Yep.
But Shook Ones was out like a year. Because remember, it was hanging around for a year, and they did the video. They had the Hennessy jerseys on. With Hennessy in a cup. I'm like, what the fuck are these guys doing, man?
That was like...
They're walking around in like homemade Hennessy jerseys and a Hennessy in plastic cups. Like, what the fuck's going on, man? Like, you can't do this.
Everything, that album, I always call it like the great melting pot of that time, because everything that was going on around it, Nas, Ghost and Ray, all that stuff, there were so many people that were like just as big at that time. And if you got that album, you kind of got to hear everything that was going on.
Absolutely. It was the sound of New York in 1995. Yeah, that's a great way to say it. Yeah. Well done.
Very nice.
No, you said, like Gavin said earlier, if you want to hear something, gangster rap, you play him Easy, Boys in the Hood. If you wanted to say what is New York rap in 95, you just hand him Infamous. I like that pick, man. Again, y'all are kind of rocking my head with the gangster rap shit because I went into a whole different lane. So, with that said, I'll go to my OG. Again, since you're being difficult, you're only giving songs.
Right.
It's I mean, not only giving songs. The last one you said, Schoolie Day. That's all I need to say.
I did the dun, 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 dun
And he was
thing.
like, I only like the instrumental, not even the song. It's
I
pretty
don't
much
need
what he
you to
said.
fucking say anything. First of all, I'm talking to Vinny. I ain't talking to you. A. B. I did the thing.
Yeah,
That
you
was
said
pretty good.
anything that's got the
right.
is hard.
Right.
That's your logic.
Right.
So that's why that's the hardest. That's why it's the third hardest song because it had the.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know.
Yeah. That's where my head goes, man.
All
It's
right.
all
You hear that
fucked up.
shit and you're like,
Yeah,
I
that's
want to
right.
stab something.
That's right.
That's all I need to hear, bro.
That's right. My number 2 is Dre, Snoop, Deep Cover.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I like this.
To the best of my knowledge, first thing he did after NWA, he needed
That
somebody
is true.
heavy. He brought fucking Snoop legit.
Long Beach Crit.
Right.
Yeah, like if I'm going to come
Like
back
he's
out
gonna,
without
yeah,
these dudes.
he's up in the game. Okay, then I'm bringing this young, fucking legit gang banging Crip. And they re-recorded it later. I don't know what year, and I don't like that version as much. But the Deep Cover from the soundtrack is the one I like.
Yeah, there is 2 versions.
With the I don't like the later one.
And
as
then
much.
Pun and Joe redid it in the
That
late-
I like.
No, that's
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
But
yeah.
there's 2 versions of the Snoop and Dre.
Right,
One's more
right.
clean,
yeah,
a little bit more
yeah,
polished.
yeah, the one from the soundtrack of the movie Deep Cover.
It's, in my opinion,
And-
one of
and
the
he
hardest
took out-
beats ever made.
Yeah, and they took out the fucking Snoop Eastwood line in
Yeah.
the remake, and
Right.
that's the whole fucking song.
Apparently, Eastwood said something
Right,
about that.
Right, it makes sense.
Jeez.
Yeah, apparently Clint, white Republican,
Right.
old guy. I mean, he's 109 now, so he was
Yeah.
probably 98 now,
Right.
5,000 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, you're definitely cheating with only having to come with songs, but I mean,
That's all right.
it's. So I mean, we're getting to the point where we're getting into the number 1, right?
It's a good movie too, by the way.
Yeah, number 1.
I don't even
Lawrence
remember the movie.
Fishburne. Oh yeah, that's it.
Isn't
Yeah, that
isn't
was a
Goldblum in that?
I think he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lay Fly.
You hate The Fly?
Can't watch it.
Oh, I love.
Yeah, I
The
don't
Fly.
like it either.
What was it? Brendel Fly?
I don't know, but it wigs me out a little bit.
Yeah, I can't either.
Brendel Fly.
Fucking no. No, thank you.
Are we
Stop.
talking remake or OG?
OG.
Oh, OG.
Yeah. My number 1. No, it's so anticlimactic because the room's gonna go. After I explain it, everyone go, maybe. The Convicts. The Convicts were Lord 3-2, who ran around with the Ghetto Boys in the beginning, and Big Mike, who actually became a Ghetto Boy after Scarface left, if anybody remembers that album. It's actually a good album, but people were mad because Face left, and he was the best. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people love Bushwick and shit, but Face was
Love
writing all of
Bushwick.
that anyway, though.
Yeah,
So it's,
yeah.
Actually, Lord 3-2 was from Houston, but Big Mike was from New Orleans. And Tony Draper, who ran Suave House Records, you remember that, Scott? They had a couple like big hits in the late night. Suave House, like some down south shit in the late '90s that got it popping for a minute.
Okay.
He somehow introduced them. They were basically a put together group. When that shit used to happen, like you don't know each other, but you're a goon and we have beats. They didn't even know each other. The level of ignorance on this record is probably my first 4 records multiplied by 10. First off, this might be the best produced Rap-A-Lot record in terms of beats, including the Ghetto Boy shit. I love all the beats on this record. I don't know why the Ghetto Boys didn't snatch these beats up. I think at the time they were all just... they were all for the cause of Rap-A-Lot, so whatever came in, that's what they recorded. Again, James Smith, John Bido, Doug King, Johnny C, Simon Crazy Collins. My favorite song on the record is a little number called "Fuck School." That's
Incredible.
it's. I mean, you put a gun to my head, it's up there. The most incredibly ignorant rap songs of all time. I'm sure we're gonna play some of that song for you. It's just this might be the hardest record ever. Convicts, Rap a Lot, only one record they did. I don't know why. I'm assuming because Big Mike always wanted a solo career and had one. He put a record out on Rap a Lot called Something Serious. He also joined the Ghetto Boys when Scarface left, and they did a really dope album. But this record, from top to fucking bottom, I don't skip a song on this fucking record. Every joint is hard as nails. Like I said, the production is impeccable. The ignorance is off the fucking Richter. Everything that you would possibly be offended by is said on this record. They have a song. These are black men, and they have a song talking about kicking Mexicans out of the country for fucking. It's genius.
What year is this?
This is 91. Maybe early 92. Maybe. But I'm thinking late 91. But the whole song there is it's the most racist song ever about illegal immigrants. Taking their jobs, taking Americans' jobs, taking the black man's jobs, taking all everybody's jobs. Again, I mean, fuck school is genius in and of itself. The song is called "Fuck School," and that's not a play on words.
There's no metaphor.
There's no metaphors here. Like every song, there's not a metaphor for the shit they're talking about. Nice. Again, no, I mean, it just says fucking convicts, and they're standing in a small cell, like they're bunkies, in county clothes. I fucking love this record. I always have loved it. Haven't put it on in a while. And when I put it on, I said, yo, this is back in heavy rotation. So that's my number one. I love it. I love it. I love it. I have mad honorable mentions. Also have things that I know you're saying, how could this record not be on your list? And it's only because I knew that these other guys were going to cover it. So I'll get on to them after everybody wraps up and says their piece, because there's records that were made more of an impact. There were records that sold more, that were more culturally relevant. These are joints I just love. But I'll build on that after everyone's done. I'm gonna go to Pablo for his number one.
My number one.
And before, you've already left off something that I can't believe you have. So we'll get back around to that.
Yeah, because I'm dying to know now. Because
okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know you better than you. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So my number one is Vinyl by Design, Jedi Mind Tricks.
What? No.
I'm fucking with you. Anyway.
I mean, all right.
I can hear the slurping sound.
In all seriousness,
I'm
it would
just
have
happy
to
it
be
was
a
a
Heavy
joke.
Metal Kings or a Vinnie Paz solo album, not a Jedi, if I was even going to go down that
All right.
route.
No, but I'm
You know
just
what I'm
glad
saying?
you're joking, though.
Yeah, no fucking way.
All right.
Album is fucking a 5, maybe.
No,
Anyway.
we marked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it was mentioned earlier, Easy Does It.
Nice.
It's my number one.
I mean,
Boys in the Hood might be one of my favorite beats of all time.
8 Ball.
So yeah, we're talking about proper nouns and stuff that hit the genre. 8 Ball, 40s.
The Jana.
Six Fell Impala.
No, the record's impeccable.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These are things that are said to this, still says to this day.
That was good.
Yeah, I think people forget that it came out before Straight Outta Compton,
Yeah.
too.
So we all know it was ghostwritten, blah blah blah, but still, it was still a day in the life of Easy. Not to say that Easy wasn't doing that, and he was like, "I'm just going to write it for you."
No, Easy was, but
You know?
I'll be real. Easy was doing the shit that they were rapping about.
That's what I'm saying.
Them dudes wasn't hard. Easy was selling rocks. He just couldn't rap right.
Right.
So they were like, "We'll take your stories and make your shit sound good, and then you regurgitate the shit."
And I just
the
love
voice. The voice, the Jerry curl,
I mean, that voice,
the
is
whole
unique.
gimmick.
Yeah.
the whole gimmick was ill. Yeah,
so
I love that.
Easy's the man.
And it's completely
Rest in peace.
an LA record. It's everything. It's
Love
everything
that
about the
pick.
genre.
Love that pick. All right, Sicko, man. Look, I mean, after that debacle of your number 3, where you like
Still on that.
Well, you named like
Debacle.
9 records for your number 3.
Come on.
I like debacle.
Jesus
That's a good word.
My number
like that?
one
I do.
is pretty straightforward. It's one of my favorite records all time of any genre. It's, to me, one of the most ignorant records ever made. Fits all the criteria. The Ghetto Boys, self-titled, the redone one.
The Rick Rubin one. If someone didn't name this tonight, this whole podcast would have had to been trashed.
I didn't because I knew Sicko was
I'm
coming.
waiting because I'm going, yo, if one of these motherfuckers don't say this quick, I gotta switch my shit because this
no lie, I legit had that as number 2 and Straight Outta Compton as number 1 up until we began.
I personally I feel that you're right, but
and I'm taking that on. I'm not saying that's a better record than Straight Outta Compton or this or that. It's all this comes down to personal taste for me.
To me.
I'm gonna fucking
yes.
Shit flying across the studio.
It opens up with the anthem of all anthems.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em all. I'm like, you hear that and you're like, all right, this is for me. Like, I don't care. Again, doesn't matter where you come from, what you listen to. At that point, every member of that group, like, you know, you got Scarface, who's might be top 5 all time. You know,
I mean, without question,
Right.
Every rapper's favorite rapper.
Bushwick Bill as the character, absolutely perfect.
Genius.
Willie D stomping him out. I mean, those
Willie
two
D,
were-
legitimate hard rock.
Right, and they weren't the best 2 rappers, but within the group dynamic, they killed it. And every song on that record, do it like a Geo, read these Nikes,
I mean,
Assassins.
the fact that Rick Rubin,
Gangster Love.
Gangster.
With the Steve Miller
With the Steve Miller loop.
that they had a change.
Which
Yeah,
isn't
it's
on the
it's
Rick
on the-
Rubin joint.
the Sweet Home Alabama shit.
Right,
that they-
right. It got redone.
I thought that it was on that, and they changed it later to a Cool in the Gang sample, but I could be.
It might be
totally
the
off.
other way
It's
around.
the other way
Okay,
around.
all
The
right.
Steve Miller joint was.
But what Rick Rubin did, he basically took that existing record that was
Right.
out there, remixed a few joints, did 2 new joints, and put on a few joints because they had only been distributed through
Right.
their line. And then a big shitstorm came. I don't know if y'all remember when Gavin was like, we ain't fucking with
Yep.
this record.
Yep.
So that shit fucked everything up for them. They did a one-off deal with Warner Brothers.
That I didn't know.
Yes, which was owned by all of the same company,
right,
so they
right.
ended up
Which
being
one was
released.
on- which one was on Warner Brothers?
It was just distributed.
Oh,
The distributor, the one that Rick put out.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's like, let's really look. And then We Can't Be Stopped came out after that. It's, I mean, I'm only building on this because the Ghetto Boys should really be on the top of everything. I just didn't go there because I hoped one of y'all would, that I could talk about it. I mean, it's, again, when I talked about next level ignorance on these records that I spoke about, yeah, it was next level ignorance, but no one really was. These are records that went gold.
Right.
These were records that were getting in the hands of white kids.
Right.
So you know what I mean? These records, they tried to pin murder raps on Face because some kid said he was listening to the first Pac album and the Ghetto Boys record, and that it made him murder these people.
Yep.
And son ended up getting death.
Yeah, blame the music.
You know what I mean? So I mean, to me, just. I mean, it didn't sell what Straight Outta Compton did, but it made just as much of an impact
Totally.
culturally in hip hop.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And led it led into We Can't Be Stopped, which
Right.
is another masterpiece.
And I didn't know if that would fit the list simply because do you consider that a proper album? Because it is previously released material thrown together.
No, I think it's a proper
retouched.
album. I
But
do.
at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I love this record
Yeah,
so much.
yeah.
It's my number 1. Still listen to it to this day. Like, it's still in heavy rotation on the shuffle. And just everything about it. It's banging. I can't find a flaw in it. So,
As an aside to anyone who doesn't know, this is the next record, We Can't Be Stopped, but their biggest hit, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me, that was actually a Scarface solo song for his solo debut. And the label heard it and said, no. Yeah, so Willie kicked his shit, Face kicked his shit, and they both wrote Bushwick's rhyme. And it became the biggest hit of their career and blew shit up. Yeah, so all right, that's a great pick, man. I'm just glad someone did it.
yeah.
Frank, your number one, cousin Frank, what's your number one?
My number 1, and this probably is my all-time number 1 in the Gangster hard rap genre, the truth, Beanie Siegel.
Wow.
Okay.
Beans is a gangster rapper.
Yeah, that's funny because I was wondering.
A gangster rapper. A gangster rap.
newer than fucking 2001.
A gangster rapper with skill. I mean, the most recent shit is someone said 50. Frank said 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than
2001.
right. Other than that, 2003, wasn't it?
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything's been. The earliest was 95. I think Frank said Infamous or something.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm sorry, man. I cut you off.
That's just
That
like
menos the world's gone soft except for Philadelphia.
he inside and out. I always thought, I kind of go a little bit back with him. Paz will tell you.
Of course.
He's exactly. I think all his mixtape shit was unbelievable. He used to
Absolutely.
wild out to
Absolutely.
it. And don't get me wrong, there was dark and grimy stuff on there. But then when he put this out, and everyone expected that shit to be on there. And this was like some hard body jail dude shit.
And mega
That
jail dude
hard.
record. Yo, what's your
Right.
life like?
Yeah.
What's your life like is one of the most evil, dark
It's
records ever. You feel like you're in jail when you listen to that record.
It's crazy. And then What a Thug About, of course.
What a Thug About, the song, The Truth,
The Truth, and then my all-time...
the Graham Nash Chicago loop.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Amazing.
And then I think my all-time favorite on the album is, and track number 13 too, is Die.
Yo, yeah.
That's-
Great. Yo, man, this is great because I didn't even go down this lane. So y'all, this is great, man. This shit is gangster rap. It's just whether or not now there's so many subgenres that you know what I mean. But y'all all stayed in the lane of is this real ignorant and like jail dude shit. And that's really what gangster rap is. You know what I mean? So I love that pick. So, Mr. Fucking Party Pooper, I guess we're gonna go for it. What is your but I can't. It's a song, so like
That's right.
What's your favorite instrumental gangster rap song?
My number one is
No Cell.
No sound.
no blow cell.
Jesus Christ.
Ice-T Colors.
Oh wow! All right.
I mean, that is gangster rap.
Yeah,
That-
hard as nails.
Every word in that song is what the whole genre is about. And it's got the Crip whistle in the back. I mark for that all day.
What is that?
I don't know if I could do it. It's like that whistle that's in the back.
You're wearing
that's,
your colors
That's
to that,
Crip
too.
shit. You know what I mean?
He always is. OG's always in his gang shit.
Yeah, it's like the fucking whistle down the block to the dough, you know?
The sound off.
And that's
song.
what's in the
Yeah, the background.
That's what's in the-
Yeah.
yeah.
He put in the Crip whistle in his shit.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Ice was. We think of when we were young, and the fact of the matter is, Ice was a grown ass man when we were young.
Yeah.
Like Ice, like 58 or something now. Like when Ice was in Breaking, he was like 30.
I was gonna say it's the first time I ever heard of him.
But I'm saying like he's literally closer to 60 than 50.
Yeah.
Like he was 30 when he, you know what I'm saying? Like I
Well,
think when my
he's-
shit started popping, I was like 19 or 20. You know what I mean? That's most people, I suppose. There's a rare example. Craig Mack was like a little bit older when he blew up, but like Ice was 30 when his shit started popping.
Well, he's another one of those counterculture guys. You know, he's not just
The dude
limited
plays in
to
a
one-
hardcore /
Right.
metal band. Like
he's a Slayer mark. He's a Black Flag mark.
Yeah,
he's a,
gang affiliated.
He's all
pimp affiliated.
Right.
Like he's all in.
subculture underground behavior.
Absolutely, and that's why it's always supported him.
Right.
Like metal dudes who want nothing to do with rap, rock with Ice.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean that's incredible. I mean, I had some shit that I was gonna say in regards to this didn't make my list, but I think y'all covered everything that who I thought about because I was gonna make it a point to talk about Schoolie D. And you brought him up, even though it was cheating with the one song,
All right.
and you said ding 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 ding.
Love that shit.
Yeah, I mean, but the like PSK, just like
Yeah.
the drums are so hard, and he's talking about people getting killed, and I love murder, kill shit. I believe it was Pablo that brought up Above the Law, They were absolutely in my honorable mentions. NWA, me personally, again, Sicko, as you said earlier, you were talking about personal preference rather than cultural impact. Me, I'm a bigger fan of Niggas for Life.
I love that record.
Cube
record.
Cube was gone, but I like the production better. You know what I mean? There's nothing whack on there. There's nothing whack on Straight Outta Compton, but I just wanted to mention it. And
Yeah.
and the Ghetto Boys, these are things that if none of you said, I had to make sure I mentioned because these are the realistic. The Ghetto Boys and NWA are the realistic, one A and B on my list, or ABC with Schoolie included. If you know what I'm saying, it's just when I listen to the Schoolie records, I'm like, this isn't a gangster rap LP. He did joints where it was totally some gangster rap shit, but the LPs weren't all out. You know what I'm saying? Smoke Some Kill, yeah, hard as fucking nails. I mean, but just honorable mention of like We Can't Be Stopped, Grip It on Another Level, Ghetto Boy self-titled, Niggas for Life, Straight Outta Compton, Above the Law. All those records were incredible. I don't know if any of y'all are thinking anything off the top of your head that
First Cypress Hill record.
First Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
Again, that goes into where I'm like, shout out to Muggs. I love you, bro. Is that a gangster rap record? I don't know. That in terms of culturally, that motherfuckers is down. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
opening the record with Pigs.
Of course,
that's pretty.
But Be Real was mad lyrical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Beanie. Beanie was mad lyrical. Wu was mad lyrical. So I was not thinking of lyrics. I was thinking of ignorance. You know what I mean? But now that I saw what y'all did, all encompassing. Like, y'all are talking about lyrical dudes who were talking about killing people. I'm talking about dudes who can barely rap.
Right.
But this record, so
Say some shit that you can't ignore.
yeah. And I just looked at it differently. You know what I mean? Y'all list was so great because I was like, that is a gangster rap record. I just didn't process it that way, nor did I process anything to be recent. I mean, all of my list is older than some kids that are going to be listening to this podcast. All of it. You know what I mean? So, I mean...
Terry B, hard record.
Oh, my God, man. Yo, she got a new record, son.
No way.
Doing what?
Yo, I swear, for y'all that don't know what he's referencing, Eazy-E signed this white girl named Terry B.
Hot as shit.
A record was called Murder, She Wrote. I don't know.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know why he signed her. The record bricked. Eventually, she went on to like make goth rock music. And then recently, real recently, like within 6 months, like dropped a record rapping again. She's like late 40s white woman rapping. It's batshit crazy. It was batshit crazy in 1990.
Like the Real Housewives of Compton or some shit.
And she like rolled with Donald D and Ice-T.
Yeah, she ran with the Rhyme
Yeah, she was in the
Syndicate.
Syndicate.
Yeah, and but say you're going with the Syndicate. Now you're going into Donald D, CPO.
FBI, Free Base Institute.
Remember CPO, who was Ren's man, the fat boy? Like, them records was great. You had Low Profile. You know what I'm saying? Like, these records are all great too, man. So yeah, what are we talking about? Anything else now? Are we wrapping up?
I had 3 honorable mentions.
Oh, please do. You should have cut me off.
Wish made my list.
Let's talk, because I can build on those records.
We Are the Streets, The Locks.
Oh, amazing record. Yeah. Love that record. Love that record.
Clips, Lord Willin'.
Love that record too. Love that record.
And might be strange. I think you'll get it, Paz. Doctor's Advocate, The Game.
Oh yeah, Game might be the only current gangster rapper in terms of the criteria that I did my shit in. I don't mean, you know what I mean?
Right.
Some people question his past. He was a blonde-haired raver, whatever. That has nothing to do with it.
No.
He might be the one repping that G shit now, like for the past. You know what I'm saying?
He never changed. He's always rapped the same way.
Yeah, you reminded me of a record, and then I fucking forgot it just as quick.
Was it that had to do with The Game?
No.
That had to do with Clips, Lord Willin'?
What was before that?
We Are the Streets, The Locks.
No, but some of the DMX shit was incredible too.
Yeah,
Like,
What did you think was going to be on my list?
Booyah Tribe.
Fuck.
You used to rock the shit out
all
of that Booyah
day.
Tribe. See what I'm
Psycho Alpha.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yo, son, them motherfuckers is they're killers, dog. That's real.
Yeah.
Real deal.
Yo, I seen them like 100 deep in the Planet Hollywood in Vegas.
That
Like-
I saw them outside of a tattoo shop.
They own a tattoo shop, I think. In,
Like,
California
yo, them
somewhere.
Samoan motherfuckers, man, and the sets they rap, they ain't fucking around.
They're the type
bitch.
of dudes that look like they're gangster first and rappers, like second or third or fourth.
I mean, there's a
Yeah.
there's,
On the whole fucking podcast.
Yeah.
there's a Booyah Tribe. Yeah, exactly. There's a Booyah Tribe documentary. I don't know if you can buy it, but it's a full documentary on YouTube, and dudes is like showing their gunshot wounds and all of that. You know, some real gangbanging shit. You know what I mean? It's fucked up because when you said those names, something sparked a couple records in me, and now I completely forget it. And we're gonna end the podcast, and I'm gonna think about who it was. You know,
RSO.
Almighty RSO
Right.
from Boston. Yeah, I mean that was Gangsta Rap Records too.
That was
One in the
Gangsta Rap.
Chamber.
Yep.
One in the Chamber was a hard ass record.
Hell yeah, it was.
9mm goes bang.
I mean, realistically, the first BDP record, Criminal Minded, is a gangster rap record.
Right.
The reason it's not considered as such is because
What he did later.
KRS is an intellectual.
Right.
So you have a whole body of work of, edutainment, human education against lies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of that. Heal yourself. It's hard to go back but
Yeah.
I mean, they on the front with AR-15s on the
No
cover of
doubt.
Criminal Minded.
No doubt.
I had a bunch of stuff that kind of got regulated to honorable mentions, but it's more of a discussion of going back to like are these gangster rap records, and these are more in the vein of what you were saying, like lyrical dudes rapping around about street shit, like Big L, like shortened career, God rest him. Loved him. I love everything about him. Love his delivery. Love his whole presence. He rapped about street shit. I don't know if he's got enough of a body of work left behind where you can be like, this one album is top 5 forever. But he's one of my favorite MCs.
I mean, he's
it's
top.
epitome of lyrics.
He's top 5. Dead or alive.
Another thing, like Illmatic, like that's a street record.
But see, I feel like Nas was like the kid that watched shit happen out of his window.
Exactly.
He was the victim of the fucking scenario.
Yeah, like-
I don't
Which
think
is
he was-
ultimately why I left
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
off. Because I'm thinking of Nas as just being a writer, watching that he may have lived amongst it.
No doubt.
I don't see him. I mean, obviously, I don't know the dude. But I don't.
No, I mean,
see
if
him
you
more-
watch Time is Illmatic, when they're like, yo,
Right.
Ill Will got shot, he was up in his apartment.
right.
You know what I mean? He was a dude who sat in the crib and read. His father was a jazz musician. Like, he wasn't really caught up like that. His brother Jungle was a little bit more caught up. Mm-hmm. But, but then I look, it's like, what I'm saying with my picks, I mean, the most, like, Pun walked around with, like, 4 guns on him.
And that's another
That's the
one that-
most, in terms of gangster, like, in terms of a gangster rapper, no one was more willing to shoot you than Pun, but he was more concerned with lyrical dexterity.
Right. Which is why I let
Like,
him all. I went through a whole.
When
thing.
you watch interviews with Joe, he'd be like, yo, son, we're platinum now. You don't need 6 guns. B, why do you have 6 guns right now? Like,
In case you drop 5.
and that's kind of how he saw
in
shit,
case
man.
the other dude's got 5.
You know what I mean? So,
I got one honorable mention that I want to throw out there, and this all comes from you.
oh no.
Because you put me on this, and it's like my only modern concession.
All right.
But I got to put Schmurder out there.
Oh, Bobby Schmurder. I'm
Like,
with that. I'm with that.
And
I mean, we're just giving him a mention as a gangster rapper, 100%. I mean, he can't go on no top 5 list.
right.
because
That's what I'm saying.
He's got an EP and it's dope. And there's mad dudes I put Gavin up on that are doing hard shit, like Kid and shit. But it's like, these dudes aren't legendary.
Right.
It made people fucking go like, what?
I know.
Which is one of the criteria.
No, I mean, there's some dudes carrying the ignorance crown, but I just don't want to see him locked up. It's
Right.
Schmurder's locked up. For me, I'm like, I love Kid. He's down with 50. I'm like, don't get locked up, man. Now it's like, stay the fuck out of jail, B. You know what I'm saying?
And to me, Schmurder, there's something about him. Like, that kid's talented. Like yeah, he's fucking gangster all day. But doing this music shit, you hear his rap. He's talented. Like,
Yeah,
whatever you call it, I don't know what
I
it is,
love all
but
the
he got
Bobby
it.
Shmurda EP. I love all the GS9 shit that I sent you.
All day.
Did you download that? Because that was
I
9
did.
million years ago.
No, I did.
You did. You like all that shit?
Yeah. I'm just
Freak
not-
D-Rock, that's my homie. He was out here shooting like with Kobe. Them dudes is real ignorant.
No doubt.
Their man's in jail on gun charges, and they're rapping about shooting like they Kobe.
Yep.
Like, so they're like,
Yep.
all right.
So yeah, I want to throw him in there, and the biggest honorable mention has got to be Snoop. Like, I'm glad at least G got him on.
Yeah, I mean, Doggy
on
Style
track.
could easily be on any of our top fives. Easily.
Totally.
that
easily.
song "Pimp Slap" that he's talking about Suge.
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
shit's fucking
Yep.
heavy, man.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I said, man, it's like, that's why people are going to be listening to writing, how could you forget this? How
Oh,
could that?
yeah.
I mean,
People's
between
heads are exploding right now.
between the five of us, Doggy Style should have been on here.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Now that
You think about it.
yeah, but again, I took a different angle.
Yep. And the thing is, 5's a low number. Like, when you really get down.
Well, that's why we went when Pablo was complaining about, oh, you said it was 3 and now it's 5. I'm like, we could really do 10, but people ain't going to listen to us for 4 hours.
Right.
I mean, realistically, I want to do 10 of everything. You know what I mean? And if it's 1 or 2 of us one day, then that's what we have to do. We got to do 10.
I was gonna say, do that shit on your own time. Let's do
Man,
fucking
get the
5.
fuck out of here, B. Don't no one care about you anyway in here.
Can we ban him for the rest of the show?
The rest of this show is wrapping up. How
That's
about
what
he's
I'm
gone
saying.
the whole other shit?
You don't want to do the
Let's do 10 minutes now. 10
you don't want to do the
minutes
Broad
next.
Street mailbag? We have
He
questions.
did bring
I mean, I don't understand his gimmick. Should we play along? Is the question. I'm literally putting this on you, and we didn't know about this before.
There you go, G.
Because
All right.
Jan forwarded me some questions. I've picked
are
out
you
the best ones.
now? Can I say something right
Yes.
now? Are you being serious?
I have questions.
But are you being a dickhead or they're real question?
I'm not being a dickhead.
All
You
right.
can answer them or not answer them.
No,
Go.
if you made them up, like, and you're gonna get beat up again.
You got one shot.
Or banned.
How many questions are there?
No, it doesn't matter if there's 50. If they're real, so you're not following what I'm saying. He's gonna fuck
Forget
around.
it. Bag it.
No,
Keep talking
Go ahead.
about.
Now
No,
I
go
gotta
ahead.
hear this.
You got to
Go
hear it.
ahead.
All right.
It's a skit.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's not a setup by any means.
Oh, not at all.
First question for Friz.
Wow.
How handsome
What
are
is
you?
happening?
see, I don't. This is all.
Forget it then.
No, go ahead. Let's
right.
let's
you
entertain it.
open.
Let's entertain it.
All right.
Because we can edit, man. If you don't
I'm trying to get in a watch game, but I only got a G. What do I buy?
see, that's someone
okay.
wrote that
I'm
shit.
all right.
That's
That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
question.
That's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
If you only have a G and you want to get into the watch game, I'll do this from my absolute perspective. If I was just getting into watches and I had $1,000 to spend, I would get the Tag Heuer Formula One. I believe it's called the Aqua Racer. It's $1,000. It runs on a Tag Heuer battery. It's not full automatic, but you don't have the headache of getting it serviced that much. Whereas if you are only spending $1,000 on your first watch, and it is your first watch, I don't think you want to be bothered every few years mailing your watch back to another Swiss company and spending like $1,500 to have the whole thing done, and then being without your watch for a 3-month wait time. I would go to an authorized Tag Heuer dealer 100%, and I would get, I believe it's the Formula One Tag Heuer Aqua Racer, stainless steel, black bezel, fully rotational, awesome watch for $1,000. Great, perfect.
Fantastic.
To whoever wrote that, that's what I got my brother for his birthday a couple years ago.
I remember that. I was with you.
Yeah.
Yep, we got it. That's right. Great watch.
Well, shout out to
Thank-
Vinnie Paz.
Nah,
Question
fuck
for
him.
Sicko.
Fuck him.
Go ahead. I don't even want to know.
Jesus.
Where?
Yo,
This one might be fake. Hold on.
Might be fake.
Where do I
Don't
send
fuck
my
this-
submissions for the City Gardens Part 2 book?
But is that work? Is he shoot? Is that real?
Is your second book coming out for City Gardens?
There is no second
What?
city.
What are you gonna?
No, he's being a jerk off.
Right, all right. So we established that, or
He's breaking balls.
continue.
Question for Jeff.
But I like the plug. I'll take the plug all day.
Yeah.
I love the second book gimmick. Is what I love.
Okay.
All right, love
many
question
have you written?
from a dude. Ready?
Yeah.
Who's writing these?
My girl loves me and I love her. She pays the bills. I live with her. I found out she's cheating on me.
Wait. Start again.
Me and my girl.
I'm trying to figure out if you're fucking
All right.
ridiculous or not.
Just answer
and
the
then I'm all
question.
distracted with your
All right.
insanity.
All
Go
right.
ahead. I'm
Me
really
and my
listening.
girl love each other. I live with her. She pays the bills. I'm living in her crib.
Okay.
I find out she's cheating on me.
Okay.
Do I stay and not say shit? Do I confront her? What do I do?
Well, you started that by saying me and my girl love each other.
I
but
know.
She's cheating on the board, so I can
Right.
take it
Or do you do her dirty and make it even? There's three options.
The first part of the question's fucked up because you said that they love each other. She obviously doesn't love him on that level if she's stepping out on him.
The exact.
What if it's just for sex, though?
What?
I don't know. People are freaky like that. That's how the city is at night.
Yo, son just said that's. Yo, son just really said dead ass. That's how the city is at night.
People are freaky.
Yo, your son, you're
Freaks
talking
come out
like
at
you're in
night.
1974 Manhattan.
Who's that?
She just
Houdini?
said the
Houdini
video.
said
was
it.
shot
It
on-
did.
This whole thing was shot on
The freaks come out at night. I like that one.
The freaks come out.
Wow.
Read that question to yourself in your head. Sum it up for me, please. What is the ultimate question here?
This question is, if
Should
I'm
the
living with a
dude-
girl and she's paying everything, do I give a fuck that she's banging other dudes?
Does this dude work?
No.
How do you know that? Because you
'Cause
wrote the question?
I'm assuming. I don't know. You're asking me like I'm talking to dude.
What-
You said you had last week. You said
This
I have
dude
all
needs
the
to.
answers.
I'll tell you, this dude needs to jump off the bridge because this fucking question sucks.
right.
I don't
You
like
need
this
to
whole
do is
thing.
Get a job and get the fuck out.
Is there more, man?
We will finish with the questions for Paz.
Yo, man, I swear to God, I'm fucking feeling froggy to beat you up, man. So
It's a simple question. Have you ever been moved to write a love song rap? A rap love song? Like LL Cool J style.
Rap, yo, son is like caught
I need-
in-
like, I need
he's-
love.
He's talking. He just said it's like it's 1983.
Yeah.
Have you ever been moved to write a love song rap?
Obviously
What the
from a
fuck does
obviously
that-
from a female. Hopefully.
Man, I don't. Get the fuck out of here, man. Yo,
So in the next Jedi
All right,
record, we're not going to see that
no,
anytime
I'm
soon.
gonna answer it this way, yo. Everybody, a lot of people. I can't say everybody because that's not a fucking fair statement. You know how most people have Facebook? You know those games like blah 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 would like you to play da da da. I want to write back. Do I look like I want to fucking play Candy Crush to you, B? Do I look like that type of motherfucker to you? So to the person who said, "Are you ever going to do a love song?" Do I look
Love
like
song
the type
rap.
of motherfucker that's going to do a love song? Like, man, I feel like you're really working and you made this shit up, yo. What do you think about that, man? Why you laughing though?
What's the definition? What's the definition of a love song? I'm going to take this serious. What's the definition of a love song?
There you go.
Because
A
I'll
love
tell you
song
what.
is like a,
I'll tell you what.
Yo,
The song about your step pop, that's a love song.
It
to me.
is. No.
It's a
I was gonna get into that whole gimmick.
Yeah, but it's not worth it. With
Yeah,
that.
because
Yeah.
he's being a jerk off.
Right.
If he wasn't being a fucking J,
Yeah.
then
J
I would
Bro.
have.
Yeah.
J Bro all day. I'm getting a shirt made up.
You need to.
Yeah.
Is it a red shirt that
You're
you're going to put it
a
on?
red
No,
shirt
you're
your
real.
favorite?
You're being a
It is my
Gindaloon, so the answers are that of talking to you like you're a
Forget
Gindaloon.
she said it. What if it would be a hot single? You wouldn't do a love song?
A hot single. What the fuck is he talking about,
I
man?
checked out of this like 20 minutes ago. I don't know.
I don't know what
I
any of
can't
it.
help you navigate this.
I don't
bag.
know what any of this means, man. You tried to do a bit, and that shit fucking failed, man.
I thought it was pretty funny.
The one for fucking Cousin Friz was good.
It was good.
Yeah, I thought that was like legit. I was like, all right, maybe they're really.
No, so did I. The problem is like this shit needs to be real questions. This is him sitting in his fucking house.
Nobody
Who
in the
is
world
heard
besides
this?
the people in this
Who's
room
writing
know that this is
questions?
going on.
I don't.
Who's asking
I
questions?
think you got to check with the bot. To
The
see
freaks
if the
come
bot
out
really
at night.
forwarded these questions.
No,
freaks
he
come
didn't,
out at
man. You're
night.
buying what he's selling, man.
You know what
He's a
one I
fucking
really
smart
like?
guy. This guy.
That's from that
You're
same
about to
era.
get beat the fuck up, man. If this was.
I checked out.
Yeah.
Me and I can't do it.
All right, look,
I can't
man.
deal.
This is the thing. So,
I can't deal.
So
this
wrap
has
it up.
been episode 2 of Broad Street Breakdown. Maybe, for me, maybe Pablo's on punishment the whole first half of the next show
All right.
for this behavior.
We'll have a
Punishment.
sit down about it.
He might be on the punishment for the whole first shit.
All right.
He'll be here. He'll be the professor. He'll have his whiteboard
I fucking forgot it today.
Jesus fucking Christ.
and all of
And
that.
forgot the whiteboard gimmick.
Yeah.
Slipping.
Anybody with any closing words? Again, I had so much fun tonight. Again, man, it was a ball.
A blast.
I did, and this was a great topic, even though it was a tough one for a lot of us, to really nail down.
It was hard.
I sweated this shit all fucking week.
I wanted. Well, I didn't mean to cut you off,
no.
but do we have the next show when we do it? Do we? You had some ideas.
I thought of one that I thought everybody could dig, like pick the 5 quote most embarrassing songs on your iPod, guilty pleasure type thing.
That's
you know
great.
what I mean?
I think
like
a guilty
stuff
pleasure-
that like nobody would think you fucking like.
Yep.
That's on your, that's on your
All
deal. Or
day.
you
I
listen
love
to.
I got
that.
3 of
Love-
them right now.
Sicko had a great one. You wrote me an email about it. I think it was.
Oh,
Don't spoil it.
No, we want to lure them in. No, it's no spoil. What was it?
top 5 songs from bands or artists that you love and respect
That you never
Never
want to
need
hear
to
again.
hear
never
again.
want to hear again. Like, and most of the
You,
examples I was coming up with-
I don't want you to ruin one, so I'll
No, no.
remind you. Do you remember the ones you said?
Yes.
Like, how soon is now?
Right, exactly. What I was going to say is they're
Really?
generally considered by everybody else as the signature song
Correct.
of that artist,
But not to us.
but not. And we love those songs.
Right.
We recognize they're great songs.
You just never need to hear.
No,
it
it's
again.
like for me, you mentioned How Soon Is Now. The first thing I thought about was Boys Don't Cry by The Cure, because I'm a fan of The Cure.
Perfect.
But there's amazing records that
Right.
they have, deep catalog. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? It goes for every genre. You know, it could be In the Club by 50.
Yep.
Like, yo,
Anything.
I love that shit, but I'll never need to hear that again. But I love this.
I
guy.
feel like I still need to hear that a couple times.
It depends. I mean, it depends.
Like 4 more times. And then
4
I'm
more,
good.
and then you're
That's
done.
it. Yeah.
Well, I might play it 4 times on the
the
ride
ride
to the
home?
podcast.
Okay,
We
yeah.
got like 47 more times.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Broad Street Breakdown, BSB Radio at jmthiphop.com. Thank you for listening. We are in Founstown Studios,
Thank you for having us.
South Philly.
Scott Stallone.
For the OG Gavin, for Cousin Friz, for Sicko, for Miss X, for Pablo. My name is Vinnie Paz. We will talk to you next time. It's much appreciated. We love y'all. Peace.